Revealed their next move in the search for any trace of 4-year-old Gus Lamont, who vanished in the remote mid-north a month ago. New hope in SA's algal crisis.
Massive, isn't it?
Public hospital nurses walk off the job as the pay dispute with the government escalates. And safety advice ahead of this year's Halloween trick-or-treating. 9 years. Your news. Live at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
Stay informed, get involved.
Yeah, it'd easily be 100k. Because it takes me... Yeah, it'd be more than 100.
FIVEAA Sports Show.
Oh, yeah, it'd be more than 100.
Rowey,
I am guest.
and Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
Good afternoon, 6 minutes after 4 on this Thursday. Great to have you with us. A little gloomy out there, but there's lots of fun to come up on the show. While the AFL might have scrapped the sub, we sure haven't. The Cashy King is away today, so we've brought in the reinforcements. Rowey and Ned McHenry, good afternoon.
Yeah, well done, Sam. Yeah, rain on its way. The road to the 2025 National Draft as well. That starts today with sample talent manager Tony Bamford. We could have as many as 5 SA lads in the top 20, which is great. Bozza will preview the next round of the Premier League, and Hatchard plays her 100th game. And you said rightly, Timmy G tonight has a cashy. Yes, a cashy. It'd want to be 4 figures to miss this show. Maybe it is. And in the chair is everybody's favourite, Ned McHenry.
Not everyone's favourite. I cannot believe you can sign a contract with FIVEAA to deliver the best sports show in South Australia and then go, no, it's a bit gloomy outside. I'm going to go and collect my brown paper bag and speak to my fans. Extraordinary.
Well, he's very good. And, you know, we're very accommodating here, Neddy, and it gives you a chance to sit there. I mean, you're lucky to even be here. I should have had you arrested Tuesday night. You spiked me. My wife's not happy with you, nor is my mother.
Let's move on, please.
Nor is my son.
Move on and move on quickly, Stephen.
And apparently you spiked him as well. All right. Hey, rain ruined the first T20 in Canberra, Australia versus India. We fancy it rainy in October in the capital. 9 overs played. India won for 97, game abandoned. I don't know why they wouldn't play this in Darwin or Cairns or... You know, where it's a bit warmer, it's hotter. It's October.
Yeah.
We're not meant to play cricket in October, are we?
I understand your point. I think there'd still be concerns with weather there, though, wouldn't they? But I get what you're saying.
Stormy weather.
They're trying to introduce the market to other states. I get it. It's unfortunate, but I get it.
I don't know why we cater to Canberra. They don't turn up for anything.
No, they're not a big sporting area, rather. They're too posh. They're just...
the cricket. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just... Yeah, there's nothing... Hang on. There is actually nothing to like about Canberra. There is not one thing about that whole area that I like.
Don't they have good snowfields? Do they ski? No.
Is Thredbo in Canberra? That's New South Wales.
No, New South
Wales, I reckon.
No, I think you're right. I think some of their fishing for trout's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Rainbow trout, brown trout.
No, I'll take our Adelaide Hills any day. There is not one single reason to like Canberra whatsoever. If we could eradicate the whole place, including Parliament House, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, I would love to know a good decision to come out of Canberra House. Actually, the Crows played there once, and I did a tour of the War Memorial. That was outstanding.
There you go. I take it back.
I'd leave that. That was moving.
Yep, agree. I've been there too. Fantastic.
Yeah, isn't that outstanding? I'm going to go to the Archer Hotel tonight, and you may well ask why. Yes, it is my home pub now, but I'm going to watch the Australia-India World Cup semi-final in Mumbai. Nice. Jodie's out. I'm going there. Apparently, DV Patil Stadium is sold out. Elisa Healy may play. We won't know.
Yep.
But this is game on. This is the most exciting Australian national team in Australia.
Yeah.
Full stop, bar none. At the moment.
Yeah, there's a good buzz about it, especially now. We're kind of building towards men's cricket, aren't we? But, like, in terms of what the focus has been and the attention, I think it's fantastic. I think everyone's really rallying behind it.
God, I hope they win back-to-back. Talia McGrath was on with us last night.
Knockout games are a whole nother level. So we're really excited. It's at DY Patel, so we reckon there's going to be about 50,000 Indian fans in the crowd. And World Cup finals don't come around too often, so we're extremely excited. Know it's a huge job at hand, but ready to go and tackle it head on and play some good cricket.
I said to Talia, what's the secret? Now, of course they've got talent. That underpins everything. But if you got talent, there was an old saying by Neil Craig, raw talent's not enough. So you can have the talent, you've got to be hard-working. Now you've got to have talent and hard-working, you've got to connect. You've got to love each other.
Yeah, you do.
They are so connected.
They are. Yeah, they are. It was interesting. We've had Talia on the program, and obviously we do a lot. She's fantastic. She was talking about the mental aspect and the tactical side of cricket too, when they sit together and come up with plans and analyse, opposition batsmen and things like that. There's a real kind of mental side to cricket, isn't there, and a strategic side that I'm really interested in. I think it's fantastic.
Well, how's this? She's one of the best all-rounders in the world. Yeah. She hasn't batted or bowled. Yeah. They've 8-0 because she bats at about 7. Yeah. And she didn't bowl herself the other day. She is unbelievable. We're not even getting a trundle into her. That is unreal. Hey, I want to just touch on this. Timmy and I had a bit of a take-to-tate about it, and it was a good one because there's two sides to every story, and I'd love our listeners to get involved. 822 300 00. Now, I'm going to gloss over this and just paint a bit of a picture and get to a point. But
like it.
In short, the AFL gave the Tasmanians a list of conditions to be the 19th AFL licence.
Correct.
And in any deal, you have a list of conditions, and you sign that off, you get given the licence, and then you've got to then plough on and make sure you make that happen.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, fair enough.
So at the 11th hour, you can't all of a sudden go, well, hang on, I'm not quite happy with this one. No, hang on. You've been presented the licence, whatever that is to be.
Yep.
You had the conditions. Now, under those conditions, you've got to deliver. Would we all agree, in essence, to that statement?
I do. Yep.
That's exactly right. Well, not in Tasmania. Now, one of them was an inner city 23,000-seat stadium with a roof, believed to be at budget of about $1.13 billion.
Well, it wasn't originally that, though, was it? Costs have blown out, Jeremy Rockcliffe said.
And that can happen. And apparently the AFL, everyone's getting their knickers in a knot down there at Tassie, and we want it there. Now, there where I'm pointing is Hobart's Macquarie Point. An independent panel recommended that it would be too costly, a poor investment, and our state can't afford it. That's fine. Tick that box as well. Why didn't you do that before you signed the deal, you clowns? And this is what's happened now. So the state government, they've had a bit of a fight. They've changed government from Liberal to Labor to Liberal to Labor, and there's all that sort of stuff. But I believe the lower house is willing to wave it through. So this is to tick off the investment, the state funding for this stadium.
Yep.
So the lower house has to tick it through. The big problem here is there's a thing called the upper house, and the upper house is full of independents, tree huggers, greenies, just people. What? Well, it's the truth. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. So they don't have
you are wrong. I'll correct you. They're not all tree huggers, are they?
Okay.
They're not
Tasmania, I think that would be a broad statement. That they weren't all tree hugging.
Party representatives.
There would be
Save the whales, don't club a seal type people.
You've had your moment. Now, there would be people there who are very passionate about conservation. Good on them. There would also be other people that would fit on the other end of the spectrum, Stephen. So let's just round that out.
The government needs 3 independents to say, yes, we can do it. If they don't, it's not going to go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, old mate Tom Harley, jumped in his plane, got down to Hobart. He's the Chief Operating Officer, straight over from a very impressive fellow.
Yes.
And he just listened to everyone and he said, well, hang on a sec. You signed the agreement. The stadium is a negotiable. Just bloody toe the line and vote yes, you clowns. This one here, I heard it yesterday. Have a listen to this anti-establishment, anti-progress tree hugger. She's a Green Senator, Casey O'Connor.
Our message to the AFL today is treat us fairly. Stop this corporate bastardry. Listen to the people of Tasmania and do not insist on a stadium that will break our state. We simply cannot afford it.
That's okay. At the 11th hour, don't say you can't afford it. Here's the thing. The AFL won't budge, all right? And they have every right to. It's a big thing, a 19th licence.
But I understand it. Understand what you're saying, right? But if the AFL truly, really wants this team to get off the ground, they must be fluid in some sense. So I'm not saying they need to go back on the terms that they put forward, but surely at some point they go, oh, hang on, maybe there's a chance this team doesn't get up. We need to actually pivot here and help make this happen.
And I think that's what these senators and all that are saying. They say, we'll kick in more money. What have they kicked in, about 15 mil?
15 mil. This is a $1.1 billion project.
Now, I reckon they will kick in more, and they certainly did kick in more for that for our stadium. So here's the question to our listeners. The AFL won't budge, nor should they. So it's no stadium or no team. Who's right and who's wrong? Who needs to bend? How does this deal need to get over the line? And it's a crucial vote. I think it's going to be early December. If it doesn't go through and there's no stadium, here there is no 19th team.
Yeah.
Do we even care?
Well, looking forward to everyone's engagement. It's a great question. I mean, the texts are already coming through. Some people think you're a clown. I'm looking forward to this. Rowey, the AFL wanted a roof, hoping the Tassie side would never get off the ground. You're the clown, says Peter. Now, is that actually a possibility? Did the AFL just create so much constraint that they actually hope this wouldn't get up?
There is a groundswell of that, but I don't think they'd operate that way. That's a ridiculous thing.
For them to
put all these conditions in there so they don't get it?
Yeah, it's
well, why would you waste all that money and time? They've gone and got Brendan Gale. They are pumping. This is the AFL being they. They are pumping that much money into that competition for next year, and they're gonna bankroll it until it can actually start on its feet, and it's going to be the next nepotism baby because they're already paying for GWS Gold Coast. They'll have to fund them. So there's whoever sent that text is a bigger clown. Go get a red nose and drop it straight on your snozzer, buddy, because why would they waste their time, money, revenue and dollars for something that they don't think is going to happen? That's a ridiculous comment.
I think you raise a good point. I think they're too far down the line now for that conspiracy to be a reality. Of course
they are. Anyway, have you say, we love your opinions. 822 300 We thought we'd have a bit of fun with this because we like going back and reminiscing and thinking about our junior days and stars and that. So on the back of the AFL draft, that's in 20 days, Nettie. The 19th of November in 20 days. Can you remember your draft year and how nervous you were? Because you went first round.
Yeah, I remember it. It was an awesome kind of week and builder. I was fortunate. I probably thought I would get drafted at some point. I didn't think I'd get drafted as early as I did, but I thought I'd get drafted. So I kind of had that those few weeks in where you could really go and enjoy it, albeit, heaps of uncertainty. Where were you going to live? Who were you going to play for? How was it going to work? But, really exciting for those lads. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, it is, and we're going to speak to Bangers after 5. So who's that talented kid you grew up with? And you played against him, or you were a parent, you watched him in your son's team or your grandkids' team, and he was a star. Yeah. You just looked at him and went, that is the next Gavin Wanganeen. Yeah. Because I played against Gavin Wanganeen in his first game, and I got off the field, and he had a big, long number, and I had to look it up in the budget. Who the hell was that kid? Yeah. He is going to be a star, and he is one of the greatest we've ever produced. So who's that talented kid growing up that you just knew, whether it was footy, cricket, netball, golf, rowing, running, doesn't matter, and you picked him. You picked him. Ned McHenry is going to be a star. And then on the flip side, who's that one that was a star as a kid that ended up a dud?
Did they become a star?
That kid, that Stephen Rowe, wow, but God, he ended up a short, fat, ugly dud.
No.
We want both sides of the story. There'd be good stories and bad ones.
I think it's a great topic. I can't wait to hear what people have.
I coached Paul Puopolo in Norwood's under-17s. Gee, it'd be, God, how long ago would that be? It'd be 30 years ago. Now, Poppy was just I'm not going to say a battler. You could see he had something. You could see he had dynamic speed, and he was just thirsty to learn. Yeah. And as the year went on, he just got better because he'd come up to you every day. What can I do better? What can I do better? Yeah. What can I do better? What can I do better? But he was no star. And then he played in the reserves the next year because his draft year he got overlooked. And then Macca put him in a back pocket in the league team. And then he started to get a bit of people going, well, hello there, Paul Puopolo. Yeah. Well, this Paul Puopolo got picked up as a rookie at Hawthorn, played just under 200 games, and was an absolute gun as a role player, as a small pressure forward in Hawthorn's 3 flags.
He won 3, didn't he? Yeah.
Those sort of stories. You want to hear those? I could not be prouder of that kid. Yeah. He just got better and better and better, but he was no star, so that's the flip side. Yeah. And then there were other stars like, and it's not probably fair to say, there was a kid called Nick Smith, and he played at St. Peter's, and he played at Norwood's under-17s. He played 4 games, got 4 best on grounds, got drafted in the first round for Melbourne. Go and look up how many games he played.
No, not enough fans played the game.
That's what I'm saying. But so there's hundreds of stories like that. It was not fair to say, Nick, lovely kid, and if you're here and you're listening to Obama, your parents are sorry, but he didn't become a star, but as a kid, he was unbelievable.
Well, that's what it's all about.
You know those ones that look like Tarzan and play like Jane? They're just big, like, they're 16 or 17, and they've got big, hairy, well, you know what I mean? But they just don't grow. The size they were at 16 is the size they were at...
I just find it funny you doing some kind of body composition analysis as if you're some kind of surgeon. I mean, settle down over there, fat guts.
822230000. That talented kid that you ID'd and you went, he will be a star.
And did
Or
they work
she
out?
Yeah.
will be a star.
Yeah.
8223 0000 is the number to call in on. Be a part of our show, and we'll talk about the Tassie stuff as well. You can have some thoughts around that at the moment and the negotiations with the AFL. Tony Bamford's going to join us. He's from the SANFL. He's the state coach. Who are the South Aussies we should look forward to seeing in the draft this year? Mark Bosnich to talk Premier League. Braden Meyer, this is a great name. He's from our world champion Chopperoos, Rowey.
Chopperooey.
The
Love this
world
guy.
champion Wood Choppers. He's going to be joining us at 4:30. Ian Hedgehard in Game 100 will cross to the Wacker as well as our Sackers are taking on the Wacker in Day 3. It is 4:20.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
See movies how they should be seen. Hear movies how they should be heard. All on the big screen with Quake Sound at Wallace. And now you can see them for less and enjoy candy bar discounts and other special member offers and freebies. Simply become a My Wallace member today. It's free, it's easy, and it's full of benefits. Go to wallace.com.au and click on Join My Wallace today. Wallace Mitcham, Mount Barker, Noarlunga and the Piccadilly. South Australia's home of big screen magic and entertainment.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you've been thinking it might be time to replace that tired old laptop or finally get the kids one of their own, Harvey Norman's Tech Run-Out Clearance is well worth a look. There's the Acer Aspire Lite 15 with a 15.6-inch Full HD screen, reliable Intel Celeron processor with a 128-gig SSD, and right now it's on sale for just $348. You'll save $120. If you want something a bit smarter, the Acer Aspire GoSpin 14 is a 2-in-1 computer. It switches between laptop, tablet or tent mode for sharing photos or watching together. This powerful Windows 11 computer with touchscreen is now only $748 from Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. Too many Volkswagens, not enough space. Yep, they're overstocked, and that's very good news for you because every demo is priced to clear, like right now. Their solution? A huge demo clearance with hot prices. But that's not all. They're offering immediate delivery and finance so easy, you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. But don't wait. These demo Volkswagens won't sit around for long. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
No. Ned just said to me, because we're reading a script,
Yes.
and the scripts are obviously written on a bit of A4
Yes,
paper.
it's
and
Tim
it goes,
and Rowey.
Tim, Rowey, Tim, Rowey. And Neddy just says to me, do you want to be Tim? No.
Well, it's a start. It's your show. I just
Come on.
It's our show.
Just shush for
You're
1
Tim,
minute.
Cashy head.
Yeah, thanks
Go.
for that. Now, fat guts, listen to this. Down the stairs, just off North Terrace, there's a place where the lights are low, the felt is fast, and the beer flows cold. It's Empire's Bar and Pool, an underground escape, and it's not your average pub. I tell you what.
It is a ripper, Neddy. Empire Bar and Pool, it boasts 12 pub-sized 8-ball tables, 16 American 9-ball beasts, 2 elite Chinese snooker tables. They've got private areas for hire, catering options. They've got booths with turnstiles, casual catch-ups. Honestly, you go there, you can't help but get swept up in the atmosphere and walk out sideways.
I love it. I've been there. It's the perfect when you don't want to put up with everyone everywhere. You just want your own, just a few quiet drinks, a few games of pool. Fantastic. So you can go from those big nights to more kind of laid-back sessions, as I was saying. Empire Bar and Pool is where mates meet, rivals are made, and memories are chalked up one frame at a time. I love it.
Well done. Empire Bar and Pool, basement 2 Gresham Street, City. It's open 7 days a week.
Australians deserve a stronger pharmaceutical benefits scheme, one that is faster, fairer and fit for the future. Did you know it has been 30 years since the PBS was reviewed? In that time, science and medicines have made significant advancements, but our process for getting Australians access to these advancements is letting us down. If you would like to do your part to help all Australians waiting to access critical medicines, simply visit strongerpbs.com.au today.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes after 4 on this Thursday. Who's that youngster you picked out early to become a star? And did they become one? 8223 0000. There's a good text here from Darcy saying, I used to play against Isaac White. He was a great player. I used to watch him play at his age as well as a youngster. He now plays for the 36ers. He's been very, very good over his career so far.
Pickup.
Now, JD says as well on the text, Robbie Gray nailed it by choosing and bringing in Zach Butters to Port Adelaide Football Club. Good identifying there too.
Yeah,
he did.
I watched Jamara Ugle-Hagan play as a year 9 at school footy, and we looked at each other as mates and nudged each other and said, that kid is going to be a number 1 draft pick. He's an absolute freak, and he went on to be a number 1 pick. I have never...
But he's a dud.
Well, he's not a dud. He's got a lot of talent. We'll wait and see what happens. Okay. But he was a freak, Rowey. Okay. Oh, my goodness gracious me.
8223 0000. Call in, be a part of the show. We'll get your thoughts on the air in a moment. Let's check your roads.
Kilburn still got really big delays from that earlier truck and Stobie Pole crash. Green Junction Road at Prospect and Churchill Road. Parts of the roads are reopening, but we'll still have big delays to avoid if you can. Mile End at B-Double Fuel at James Colton Drive near Sir Donald Bradford Drive. Roads are super slippery there. And Camden Park, Urgent Gasworks, Anzac Highway near Queen's Road. Camera, Trimmer Parade, Seaton. Ready for a spring refresh? Right now at Freedom, get up to 25% off selected sofas and furniture. Hurry ends Monday only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
26 minutes after 4.
Read that one out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a bit unfair. Troy says on the text, first time I saw young Nick McHenry, Crows sample final, kick 4 goals, thought, boy, he's going to be a star.
Yep, you're not going to make it as a recruiter, Troy, unfortunately. I did kick 4 that game, though. I thought I was going to be a star too after that.
Oh, you were all right, Nettie. Let's go to
settle
Port
down,
Noarlunga.
Stevie.
Hello, Steve.
Another Steve.
How are you going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
You there?
Check. 2, 1, 2. Steve,
two,
you're
1,
on.
2. Yeah, thank you. Look, I vaguely remember Martin Pike when he played for Norwood.
Yeah.
But all I could think of was like he just had that really savage-looking face. But yeah, didn't he end up with 4 premierships?
He certainly
One with North and
did.
3 with Brisbane. Mate, just an absolute superstar in the end.
Well, I employed him as a 16-year-old. He was all but an alcoholic. He came from a side of town that, let's just say, he didn't have the best start. And to go from there to what he's done, I think he's Norwood's most successful import. To win 4 flags, to play like he did, the games he did, I couldn't be any prouder of that, lad. Actually, caught up with him at the Barossa Festival this year. And, yeah, we had a bloody great time with him.
Geez, Norwood seems like a good footy club.
Yeah, well, they're very good on, what would you call it, welfare. That they have a welfare arm of that club that is its own business and entity, and no one gets left behind.
Yeah, they seem to bring guys in from country or Eyre Peninsula. They've got a strong link there, and they really seem to fester young talent. Yeah.
Oh, they're great. Hello, Grant.
G'day, Steve. Mate, I won't hold you up, but I was down in Tasmania and went to the Port Adelaide game, and it got awful afternoon at York Park where it was -3 degrees and the rain was coming in sideways. But we stayed down in Hobart, and I had a look around the city of Hobart, Salamanca, Battery Point, where they want to put this new stadium. The place is run down. They need a massive cash injection down there. And all the traders, all the business people, they know they need a circuit breaker, and they feel that having a new stadium and a regular cash injection over the season with interstate travellers is their only way to start lifting the place and get some revenue into place, because they've seen what Adelaide Oval did to the city of Adelaide. And when you look from the outside in, they need something because it's run down. The government's got no money, they've got no cash stream, and I really believe that they can't see what this can do for the city of the state of Tasmania. They really have got their blinkers on.
Yeah, well, we've had a contingency of people from South Australia go there and say how good Adelaide Oval's been.
Yeah.
Our Premier, Peter Malinauskas, was one. John Olsen's been down there. And they would have put all that in the equation. Look, I still think it'll get up. They just got to get 3 extra upper house independents to vote yes, it'll go through. They don't know what they've got until they get it. Honestly, it will be superb. It is one of the greatest islands/territory states. It is the most beautiful, picturesque. I loved every time I've travelled to Hobart, isn't it?
Can you take me back? So how much conjecture was there around the Adelaide Oval at this time? Take me back to this moment in Adelaide. Was it like this?
There was a bit. We don't have 550 million. And when it's state money, I get that people will say from the right, or let's say the left, from the left. We need more schools. We need more hospitals.
That's not just the left. That's society, I think, having a priority. It's not just the left.
Well, it's more them. And then the right is saying, no, we want progress. We want to build it. They will come. And I was anti it because it didn't have a roof. And I had a big fight on air when I was with Corn.
There won't be a roof.
That exactly. that was Andrew Demetrio, the then CEO. And I said, why would we spend $550 million, which would be equivalent to $1 billion now, on a stadium where you're still going to have grassy knolls, an old scoreboard, your fig trees, and you're not going to have a roof? And remember, we'd only just got Etihad Stadium. Back then it was called Docklands.
Yep.
And it was magnificent. Rain, hail or shine, the roof's done. It's 22 degrees, no wind, and it's perfect, pristine footy.
How much better is
And I
watching
said,
footy
I
at
want
Adelaide
that.
Oval
Oh,
than
look,
there?
it's great. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Clip that up, Sam.
No, well, I've said that 100 times. I was anti it. I couldn't have been any more anti it. And I'm a Crow. I didn't want to move there because Port wanted to. Port were the drivers behind it. The state government were all Labor stooges, so it was always going to be for the betterment of Port. And I'm thinking, well, we got to get the same footprint, which we didn't. We had this shed. We loved it. And I love Footy Park. I'm a nostalgic, old-fashioned lad. And the memories at Footy Park are my fondest footy memories. So we bulldozed that.
Yeah.
And the Crows came over to this stadium with a magnificent balance sheet. Not so much now.
So
Port came over with nothing. Broke, stone, motherless, and broke. And now they are fantastically wealthy, and not wealthy, but better. And that's a great thing. So Port, tick, 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 tick.
Everyone's
and I'm wrapped for them.
So I'm putting you on the spot, but what percentage of the investment is to do with the roof in terms of the Tasmanian Stadium? How much money would you save not doing the roof?
You'll save $300 million if you don't have a roof.
Yeah, it's not significant enough to not have a roof, would you?
All right, we'll keep your calls coming. 8223 0000. Time for the 4:30 headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamara Francis with the 4:30 News headlines. Queues to the car park, a security screening issue is sparking major delays for travellers at Adelaide Airport. The government says it's now or never if Australia's environment laws are to be modernised. Donald Trump will take a trip to China, flagging a finalised trade deal is close. And in sport, Merv Hughes has thrown his support behind young batsman Sam Conster's Ashes selection campaign. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Kilburn, got really big delays as they clear up that earlier truck and Stobie Pole crash. Grand Junction Road near Prospect Road and Churchill Road. Still got detours with roads closed. They're slowly opening, but still big delays avoided today if you can. Mile End, B-double fuel leak, James Cogden Drive near Sir Donald Rapid Drive. Roads are very slippery there. And another crash at Elizabeth Vale, Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Camera, Port Road, Cheltenham and Seaview Road at Grange. Moving houses hard. Origin is making it a little easier by helping you move electricity, natural gas and internet in one easy call. Origin, all kinds of useful. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm and a shower tomorrow, 24 the top. Right now it's 21 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Has the Campbelltown Council got rocks in its head?
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
They want to spend $61 million building their own Taj Mahal council chambers that's going to have a performing arts space in it.
5AA Breakfast.
The council has been advised this will make a loss. This will definitely make a loss. And they're like, OK, let's build it then.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
These people do not have the skill set to make multi-million-dollar decisions. They simply do not.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home. But sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health, and clinical nursing. Because we believe there is no place like home. And with the right support, there is no reason to leave it. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
Getting Westpac's lowest online variable rate on your home loan means you can breathe a little easier. You can sleep a little deeper. And you can focus on being a little more zen. For a home loan that gives you a little less to think about, apply online at westpac.com.au today. To get it done, it takes a little Westpac. Eligibility, exclusions, conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply. Variable rate offer available for online digital applications only.
Catching up with family and friends at home is always a special time. Make life easy with a welcome hand from your local Barnacle Bill. And right now, you could win a trip for 4 to the Gold Coast, all thanks to Barnacle Bill and Spark Travel. Major prize includes flights, accommodation and theme park entry. Plus, there are 8 weekly draws to win a Barnacle Bill treasure chest. Simply spend $30 in store and enter online for your chance to win. It's Barnacle Bill for seafood and much, much more.
The St. John Christmas Home Lottery prize pool is worth an amazing $7.5 million. And there's over 10,000 prizes to be won. Next week, you could drive away in a Lexus hybrid SUV. Your ticket also goes in the incredible $5 million grand prize package draw, where you can choose a stunning waterside home in Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne or the Gold Coast. Enter before midnight Sunday for your chance to win a Lexus. Buy your tickets now at stjohnlottery.com.au. Licence M14834. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I'm Professor Mike Steer, marine scientist. While we're experiencing this algal bloom, know that all South Australian seafood meets strict safety standards, so you can enjoy it from your local fish shop, supermarket or restaurant. Algae is a natural part of our ecosystem, and this bloom will eventually pass. Until then, we're monitoring it closely. To stay informed, visit algalbloom.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24-5. We have Ned McHenry sitting in for Timmy G on this Thursday night. Tim back tomorrow. We'll talk to Mark Bosnich very soon. We'll cross to the WACA with a Shield update before 5, and we'll talk SA players in this year's 2025 AFL Draft with Tony Bamford at 5 o'clock.
Well, our chopperoos won the World Wood Chopping Championship. Wait for it. In Milan, the fashion capital of the world.
Love
and
it.
they're in there hacking through wood. Joining us is Braden Meyer, who also finished second in the individual worlds. He joins us now. Braden, welcome and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's pretty exciting.
Well, that's our 10th Timber Sports World title. And is it our 6th in a row?
Yeah, so it was our 10th world title all up. It was my 9th. I missed out on the first one because I was only a little fella. But, yeah, and 6 in a row since 2018 was the start of that succession.
Now, apparently it was a tough comp. There were 18 nations in there. Who'd you play off in the final?
Yeah, so there was 18 nations. We had our time trial against the States, which they cut second to us last year by only a couple of seconds, and we ended up beating them by about 10 seconds in the qualifier. And then we, along the way, I think we kept against Hungary, New Zealand, and then we cut the final against Sweden, which was pretty exciting.
Why are we so good at wood chopping?
Oh, well, I suppose we started back in the the late 1800s in Tasmania. That's where the sport originated from, and we've just gone from strength to strength over the years, like the likes of David Foster and the O'Tools and the Meyer family and everyone else. You know, we've all been to Adelaide Show over the years, and
excellent.
You know, that's where I first started wood chopping, and now, here we are travelling the world doing what we love.
How good.
Braden, congratulations. That's what I was going to ask you. I mean, we were watching it before the show. It's just absolutely brilliant. But how the heck do you actually end up in this sector? It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's one of them things. I'm a fourth generation on both sides of the family. It's very generational, this sport, but, you know, there's this day and age, there's a lot of people coming in who've never seen an axe before, and they're doing quite well. So it's one of them things, but, you know, obviously it helps when the family's involved. And, yeah, like I said, I've been travelling since I was a little fella, to Adelaide Show, Melbourne Show, to all the Royal shows, and had an axe in my hands ever since I could walk.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Fantastic.
Have all your siblings and every one of the Myers over those generations got both big toes?
Yeah. Here and there, you seem to cut one here and there, but, yeah, luckily enough, I've never done it. So, but these days we wear like mesh, like steel mesh like the butchers wear.
Okay.
We've got them specially made for our toes and legs, so if anything does happen, we're sort of safe.
Hey, now, did I read, Brendan, you still have the world record? Was it for the single buck? What do you got the world record for?
Yeah, so I've got the world record for the underhand chop, which is
underhand.
Mimics cutting the log in the bush back in the old days with the axe in half.
Yep.
I broke that record back in 2015 as a 18-year-old, and I've still I've broken my own record twice since then. So,
God almighty.
Not too bad.
I mean, people think it's just pure power, but it's bloody timing. You swing those things like there's no tomorrow. Then you've got to have the accuracy, the right angle. Everyone goes, because we love old Foster, baby. He used to come here every year. Used to get him in the studio. One of the loveliest blokes. I remember him chopping bloody wood in the Cremorne Hotel. Yeah. Bloody sparks and chips are bloody flying everywhere, Brad. You were probably there. I mean, it is. It's more than just skill. Like, it is timing. It's everything.
What's the difference between the power and the technical aspect to it, Braden?
Yeah, like the likes of David Foster now. Like, he's a big man. And very strong, but still there was that timing involved with that, Like, I always say your strength's 10% of this sport. You got to have timing, accuracy. You got to have your axes done properly. There's a lot to it. Like, we'd spend, 8 hours a day before a big competition working on axes, getting things right. And the preparation, like any sport, proper preparation is the key to success, and that's what you got to do at this level.
Okay. Can you swing a chainsaw around your head as well, Braden?
Yeah, that's what I do for a job. So I've got a forestry business, and so I'm never away from it, but it's always good to have a break.
Okay. So you a Taswegian?
No, originally from Victoria.
Okay.
Just an hour's north of Melbourne, and I reside out of Queensland now.
Get out of town. So, those greenies out there, what do? They give you the earther kits, do they, Braden? They worry about you chopping down trees?
That's half the reason why I'm in Queensland, because our industry got shut down in Victoria. So.
There you go.
There you go. Our very own Timmy Genevieve, he's off on a cashy. What do you do cashies? You just do a couple of trail loads of red gum whenever you've got a spare 15 minutes or something, Braden, or...?
Yeah, that's it. Give me a call. I'll be able to ship a load down the south coast.
I reckon you'd do a load of red gum before I could finish my coffee, I reckon.
Yeah, that's it. I'm always there for help if you need.
Yeah. Well, Braden, bloody proud of you, mate. We wanted to get you on to all of the team of the Chopperoos to win, the 10th Timber Sport world title. This one in Milan. 6 in a row, shows your dominance and shows how much passion you got in it. Just while you're in Milan, who picked there? I wouldn't have put wood chopping in the fashion capital of the world together, Braden.
Yeah, so it's a strange one, but every year we go to a different country.
How good.
Steel chainsaws, they run it. So they're originally from Germany, and every year we go to a different country in Europe, and next year's in Stuttgart, Germany. So hopefully we can go for number 7 in a row and number 11 all up.
Well, I was watching the highlights of the Prague event recently, Braden. I mean, that was a cracker. How do you make the atmosphere with Europe compared to Australia? Who gets behind it more?
Well, it's a hard one. Like Australia, you've got a lot of that old people who love the sport and seen it, the David Foster era and all that sort of stuff, where in Europe it's pretty new to like the Europeans, and you're allowed to drink in the stadiums. It's a little bit like the darts atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty loud and vocal there at some points. Like the French, they love it, and it gets pretty crazy there. But yeah, it's a lot different to Australian wood chopping compared to that over there. It's chalk and cheese, but it's great to have both. You know what I mean?
Not many people can say they're a 6-time world champion. You're a 9-time. Braden, thanks for your time and well done.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Great job, Braden Meyer there, Australian Chopperoos, they call it. We've got the Ollie-roos, the Socceroos, the Inya-roos, your roos. Now we've got the Chopperoos.
Fantastic. John Olsen and the board, when Theberton was kind of umming and ahhing, they should have just got him in there in the middle of the night, knock out all those trees in 3 seconds.
That's exactly
We'd have the best site for a new stadium.
I offered John my services. 117 trees needed to go, and I could have got that steel shop chainsaw straight through.
Mate, Braden would have done it in 15 minutes. It would have taken a month off the build.
He liked that, a trailer load of red gum. Hello, Amanda at Medindi.
G'day, how are you?
G'day. Amanda.
Where's you going?
You're on. We got you. Fire up, Amanda.
Well, now, look, I was listening to your program. I don't normally, but I was in the car and I was listening, and one of you said, all those Labor people at Port Adelaide. And I thought, hold on, mate. I was on the board of Port Adelaide for a few years, 6 or 7 or something, and I can assure you that when we got back to playing football in the city, a truckload of people from the eastern suburbs rejoined Port Adelaide. The reason they weren't there because they were sick of going down to Westlake. Too bloody far. I mean, Look, I lived at North Adelaide then, and it was a hike to get down to West Lakes, but more to the point, to get out of there to get home. You spent more time getting there and getting home than you did at the game. Now, a mate of mine, she's from the eastern suburbs. Her father was a family doctor. Good friend of Mum's. He was the number one ticket holder for Port Adelaide. I think it's a mistake to mix politics and sport, in my view. You know.
Is this Amanda Vanstone?
Yeah.
You're my favourite, Amanda. Don't attack me.
Oh, come on.
No.
You're just having me on there.
No, hang on, Amanda.
My point is...
Yeah, keep going.
Well, the point I want to make is I don't care about your politics. You know, people are going to have different views. So long as you're civil about it, I don't give a rat's.
But, Amanda, what does the eastern suburbs have to do with it, respectfully?
Well, one of you guys said all those Labor people at Port Adelaide.
Well, can you not vote Labor if you live in the eastern suburbs?
And Amanda's Liberal. I think, I reckon...
A lot of Liberals live in the eastern suburbs, and they are still members of Port Adelaide.
Yeah, no, I meant it like, Amanda, I agree 100%, and well done, and you did a terrific job on the board. Your club was broken, that's why you had to go to Adelaide Oval, so don't deny that. I mentioned the Port and the Labor stooges. The Labor stooges were all Port supporters. Go through all of them. And they couldn't wait to get Port Adelaide to Adelaide Oval because it was for the benefit of them. And then we ended up with a great stadium, and I agree with the move now. I didn't at the time, but it was driven by Labor, the Labor government, the state Labor government, Amanda, and you know that, who were all Port supporters. That's what I said.
Well, I might have misunderstood you, but you know why I joined Port Adelaide? Because I got sick of us being a one-team town. It is so damn boring having everybody gushing over Tony Modra and his shorts. I mean, please. So I said to myself, look, when we get another team, I'm going to go with that other team. And I thought it would be Norwood, because that's how much I knew, not very much. Yeah. And it was Port Adelaide, so I joined Port Adelaide.
Well
and I'm
done.
glad I did.
Hey, how's retirement? What are you up to, Amanda?
I'll do a few things. I'm working with that new university. You know, we're combining UniSA and the University of Adelaide.
Yes,
That's going to be great for South Australia,
Will be.
you know.
Will be.
Just terrific. Huge defence research block, which will attract researchers at the top level from around the world.
Well done.
Good on you, Amanda.
Amanda, well
and
done.
Health researchers.
Yeah.
They'll be able to fix up footballers when they get buggered up.
Yeah, well, we do get buggered up. I'm buggered up now. Amanda, thank you for that. Amanda Vanstone.
That was awesome. Good guest.
Long-time Liberal senator in this state. Fantastic.
Well, she was listening to the show. She claimed she didn't listen to the show much. She must have been on the commute home listening.
Well, she might have been in a helicopter. She needs to switch her ears on because that's why I had to explain it, and she agreed to it. Well done. Hello, David.
G'day, Rowey, and g'day, ADHD Ned.
Yes, that is a correct assessment, David. Thank you. Thank you for a correct diagnosis. Now, what do you got?
Red Bull Ned, I call him. Red Bull Ned.
Yeah, well, that's correct, David. Now, what do you got?
Now, what I got is something, my opinion, you know, so don't shoot me down, Rowey, as you do sometimes. But I think there's too many teams now. Tasmania is going to be 19. You know, like I think the AFL might have been hinting, or hopefully that North Melbourne might have amalgamation with a side from Tasmania, because, you know, to be honest, I think Tasmania's never going to work. It's never going to work. What they're arguing now. They can't work out what they want to do. You know, 25,000 stadium. Look, there's too many teams now. There's not enough good enough AFL players to go around in 19, 18 teams now to make the competition viable.
I think that's what Timmy said the same yesterday. I think.
Look at the bottom of sides, Rowey. Look at the bottom of sides over the last 2 years. They win, you know, hardly to win 6 or 7 games for the year. You know what I mean? The competition's too big with 19 sides if they want to bring Tasmania in it to make the competition more competitive. Yeah, well, that's a different argument. I agree with that. When they were talking about Tassie coming in, I said straight away, well, which of those 10 VFL teams, and they are VFL teams, that's where they spawned from, which one of them is going to fold?
Yeah, look...
And they're not going to do that.
Look, I think it's a fair point. I understand what David's saying. I just think it's like any business, right? And the AFL is a business at the end of the day. You look to scale it, you look to grow it, and more team means more broadcast deal, more games, more members, everything. You scale it. But money.
Well, it is, and it's propped up predominantly by an enormous TV deal. Now, in another 2 or 3 years' time, that deal comes up again.
Yep.
Now, whether they're going to get the same billions of dollars, who knows? But if GWS bleed around, I think it's about 17 million. Gold Coast is about 23 million, and I can guarantee you Tas will be propped up to the tune of that. And that's why the AFL's not giving them millions and millions now. For 10 years, every year, they're going to probably have to give them 20 mil. So that soon adds up. Do your math on that. So there becomes a tipping point again for the AFL. They're propping up a women's league that's not making a cent, not cost neutral.
But there's more layers to it, isn't there? There's junior pathways and stuff like that. So the participation,
there is all of that. And
community and local sport in the AFL is a huge revenue generator. It's massive.
Yep.
Massive. Yep. So it's not just the broadcast deal. Obviously, it is the nucleus of everything. But
there's memberships for clubs. There's bums on seats. There's tickets. There's there's all that sort of. I get that, but without the TV deal, you're not talking about a 19th team.
No, I completely agree.
And you're not propping up Gold Coast and GWS either.
I think the quality of the broadcast is going to be critical. As you know, TV and these networks find it potentially, more difficult to sell advertisement through those mediums.
100%.
It's going to be really, really interesting what this next broadcast deal looks like.
Good discussion. Join in 8223 0000. Ned McHenry and Rowey with us at 10 minutes to 5. Here's your traffic.
Afternoon at Kilburn. Still got roads closed due to that earlier truck and stubby pole crash, Grand Junction Road at Prospect Road. D2 is slowly opening, but still got big delays. Avoid if you can for the drive home. Mile End to B Double Fuel Leak, James Colton Drive near Sir Donald Bradford Drive. Roads are super slippery there. And Elizabeth Vale, a 4-car collision on Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Camera, Trimmer Parade at Seaton. Sushi Hub has gone Sushi Hubster crazy with 8 new collectibles. Spend $25 to get one. Sushi Hub, so fresh, so good, so eat now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you've been thinking it might be time to replace that tired old laptop or finally get the kids one of their own, Harvey Norman's tech run-out clearance is well worth a look. There's the Acer Aspire Lite 15 with a 15.6-inch Full HD screen, reliable Intel Celeron processor with a 128-gig SSD, and right now it's on sale for just $348. You'll save $120. If you want something a bit smarter, the Acer Aspire GoSpin 14 is a 2-in-1 computer. It switches between laptop, tablet or tent mode for sharing photos or watching together. This powerful Windows 11 computer with touchscreen is now only $748 from Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Spring has traditionally been the peak time for selling your home. As the gardens bloom, so too do buyer numbers. But while demand is high, stock levels remain at historic lows. That means more competition for the homes on the market and a greater chance of achieving a premium result for your property. At Toop and Toop, our experience, local knowledge and negotiation expertise give you the edge when it matters most. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
Nobody knows paint like Rowey's. They are absolute stars. They have all the answers. You walk into one of their stores, they'll ask you specific questions. What are you painting? And then you go, well, do I need coat? Do I need 2 coats? Do I need to sand it? Do I need to? And then you ask them questions and you have a little chin chat. And then at the end of it, you walk out, you put the paint in the boot or the back of the ute or wherever in the trailer, off you go and you nail it. You think, God, I couldn't have done that without Rowey's premium quality paint and at the best price. And it was a store around the corner near me. It was brilliant. And next time I'm going to go and paint, where's that skyscraper? I could paint that. What's that thing up there, Nettie? That big, long, tall thing. What are they called?
Crane. Yeah, crane.
Yeah, crane. You're one of them things. How many cranes are in the city lately?
Well, Peter Malinaskas is happy with the cranes, isn't he? He says South Australia's got the most crane activity of anywhere in the world or something.
That is exactly right.
That can't be right.
All due credit to ourselves and Rowey's. Whether it's timber, metal, tiles or steel, paint with Rowey's, premium quality paint. Visit croweyspaints.com.au.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. Okay, the end of financial year might be done and dusted, but at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the deals aren't. All makes, models and colours are being cleared, no exceptions. And there's a huge range of locate demos all ready for immediate delivery. Plus, you'll get free on roads, free stamp duty, free 12 months rego and $500 worth of accessories. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, T's and C's apply.
A new elevated shopping experience awaits at Burnside Village with a 2-story Mecca flagship store, Coco Republic, JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, Style Runner, Cavari, July and much more. Burnside Village, fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
6 minutes to 5, Tony Bamford to talk all things SA and the draft coming up in just 20 days' time. Getting very excited for that. Before we cross the WACA, a text from Joe on the Unique Homestyle Foods text line, Rowey, trying to correct you because we had Amanda Vanstone just call into the show, taking you up on your a crack at Labor in Port Adelaide during the Adelaide Oval build. She says, Stephen, that was Bronwyn Bishop that had a helicopter at the taxpayer's expense, not Amanda Vanstone.
I didn't say Amanda did.
No, you weren't suggesting that was the thing. You were just...
Joe doesn't like me. Something's wrong.
We should get Joe in the studio and you two could make amends.
Yeah,
you could break bread.
I do like Joe. She's very, very clever with her
Actually, you
text.
don't need bread. We'll break something and break some fruit.
Now, we're going to go all the way to Perth because WA were rolled for 307 in reply. Our mighty Sackers are 1 for 123. We actually lead WA by 31 runs with 9 wickets in hand with them days to play. Joining us all the way from Perth for Sport FM is Jacob Landsmere. Jacob, thanks for your time.
G'day, Rowey. Ned, hope you're well on this. It's sunny over here. Hopefully it's sunny in your part of the world as well.
It's just started to rain, as you said that, Jacob. Better of bad news. Now, Henry Hunt and Nathan McSweeney going okay?
They are. Can I just say, we've had something I've never seen before in a cricket game. We literally just had a 5-minute delay for a bunch of bees, a swarm of bees that came over the WACA ground.
Wow.
So we've just had everybody leave one side of the field, avoid the bees, and we've just restarted playing. It doesn't seem to be affecting your two South Australian batsmen, Hunt and McSweeney, both playing very well.
And how's the pitch? What do SA need to be in front by to not let WA mow us down?
It's becoming a much better pitch, I must say. It looks pretty good for batting right now. There's a bit in it day one. There's still a bit in it if you bend your back and you bowl in the right areas. If South Australia can get 250 in front, I reckon we've got a game on tomorrow. There's been a bit of rain around here in Perth, so hopefully the weather gods don't have the final say, but we've got clear skies for now, and South Australia are making hay while the sun does shine.
Cam Bancroft, what more does he have to do? Another 122?
Geez, he's had an interesting year, Rowey, to be honest. He had 4 scores under 20, and then he decided to peel off a century yesterday. Played very well. He does seem to score a lot of runs against your guys, so hopefully we can play South Australia every week, and then maybe he'll be in the test team.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have gone and bought that Mitre 1080 grit paper, should he be? Hey, Brendan Doggett got a 6 for?
Bowled very well. Yeah, bowled very well, and looks ready to go, I reckon. I know there's a lot of talk about who comes in if there's another injury. We've already lost Pat Cummins, so if there's another injury, I reckon Brendan Doggett, with what he did in the Shield final last year and what he's done in his first outing this season here, bowled with good pace, good control, and certainly looks a test player in waiting for me.
Yeah, another one, Cam Green, obviously went out for a duck. How was the dismissal? How'd you see that?
It was a poor dismissal, Ned, to be honest. He just sort of pushed at the ball and chipped it in the air to mid-off. He got to the ball a bit early, looked a little nervous to start, and not what he was after when you're looking for a score to really cement your spot in the test team. It's out of him and Bo Webster, a lot of people think, for the number 6 role, and yeah, he's not bowling at the moment, Cam Green, so he probably needs to score in the second innings just to really make sure of his spot for the Ashes, but that's up for debate.
And he's made of plasticine too. Would he hurt his finger or his thumb or something again? Or
he did. He took a catch to dismiss Jake Lehman at the end of the first innings, and it was absolutely smacked. The metre either side, and Jake Lehman had another 100, but he held on to the stinger, Cam Green, and it looked like he hurt his finger in the process.
Okay.
He's out there today. He's feeling it gully.
Good.
He looks like he's okay, but yes, he has had a few injuries, though. You're certainly right about that. Let's hope he can stay fit.
Now, this is at the WACA, isn't it?
It certainly is. A very different-looking WACA ground. The redevelopment's almost finished. So the northern end, which used to be the old Printable stand and the Inverarity stand, is gone, and the new facility is almost done. So I'm just looking at some hard hat men and some guys in high vis at the moment doing their best work, but it's almost done. So next time you're in Perth, it'll look a little different.
I would do. The Court Marsh Bowled Lily stand, is that there?
That's where I'm speaking to you from. That's the broadcast centre, and
nice.
two great cricketers, Rob Marsh and Dennis Lilly, certainly reflected in this great stand.
Well done. Jacob, great cross. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure, guys. Enjoy your other.
Great work. 1 for 129. SA men lead by 37 runs. We've got 9 wickets in hand. Henry Hunt's not out, 53, and Nathan McSweeney, 55, and he needs some runs.
Certainly. It's 5 o'clock news time. Tony Bamford from the SANFL. He's our state coach at the under-18 level. He's going to tell us who the stars are coming through the draft next month.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
GWM's class-leading Hi4 technology is here. Test drive the Haval H6 plug-in hybrid this weekend and unlock low-rate finance or additional drive-away discounts. Reserve your test drive with your GWM dealer today.
Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Join Stephen Bartlett as he asks the questions no one else asks. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home. And for seniors, it's always been great value with 20% discount on selected bistro meals. Yep, 20% off. Feeding the whole family? Bring them all Saturday or Sunday for live acoustic music from 5 p.m. And kids eat free. Some conditions apply. The Excelsior Hotel feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
When you need capability, solutions and expertise for major projects, that's a Kennards Hire job.
Hi, Kennards Hire.
For 24/7 customer support, talk to our experts today.
Kennards make your job easy.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm with the 5 o'clock news. Good evening, I'm Tamara Francis.
At Agostino Mitsubishi, get $2,500 cash bonus on Eclipse Cross PHEV. T's and C's apply.
US President Donald Trump will visit China in April as he flags a trade deal could be close. Mr. Trump held face-to-face talks with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the economic summit in South Korea. China has agreed to buy US soybeans while America will reduce a tariff on chemicals used to produce various drugs. Speaking on board Air Force One, Mr. Trump says he's pleased with the progress.
We had a long meeting, as you know, but a lot of things we discussed in great detail, a lot of things we brought to finalization. I think it was a very friendly meeting. It was a good meeting for two very large, powerful countries.
The federal government says it's now or never when it comes to modernising Australia's environment laws. Legislation has been introduced into Parliament aimed at streamlining the approval process for mining, energy and housing projects. But both the opposition and Greens aren't fully on board with the proposal. Environment Minister Murray Watt says further delays won't be good for anyone.
Reform can and will be done. And with the hyper-partisan atmosphere of an election campaign behind us, now is the best opportunity to pass a balanced set of laws.
Travellers are being told to expect delays at Adelaide Airport. Queues to the car park, a security screening issue is sparking major delays. The airport says there's a security equipment problem and advice is to arrive early. As flight delays are expected to result from this. Hayden Nelson says there are thousands of people queuing.
Look, that's exactly right. There are about 6 or 7 screening machines in this security section and only one is working. So there's just a security screening issue. But up till about 20 minutes ago, none of them were working. At the moment, there is a queue here going right back, if you know the airport fairly well, back to the car park. There are thousands of people waiting in this check-in hall.
The latest data from the state's algal bloom testing site has shown a huge reduction in cell counts. Premier Peter Malinauskas says they're emphasising that this is a good sign.
We're highlighting them today because there's a significant departure from what we've seen in the past. In the past, we've seen some go up, some go down, some go down, some go up.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Former Australian cricketer Murph Hughes has thrown in his support behind 20-year-old batsman Sam Consters to retain his spot opening the summer, believing he's the man to lead the way alongside Usman Khawaja.
What people have got to understand is Sam Consters is the incumbent. Now, the big question is, have guys that are trying to get in the side done enough to overpass him? So, at the moment, there's plenty of boys knocking on the door. They're not kicking it down.
The first Ashes test begins in Perth next month. And in the Sheffield Shield match, South Australia lead Western Australia by 39 runs with 9 wickets remaining at the Wacker for day 3 of the Shield. Soccer's world governing body, FIFA, is set to cash in big time on the hugely inflated prices of scalp tickets to next year's Men's World Cup. Carolee Katsimbarnis has more.
The tournament takes place in June and July next year in the US, Canada and Mexico. The majority of the games will be played in the USA, but there are no federal laws limiting the price of reselling tickets. Choice magazine says it's not good news for everyday sports fans, but it's very good news for FIFA's coffers. Tickets to the World Cup can only be resold through FIFA's official website. FIFA will charge both the seller a 15% fee and the buyer another 15% fee, effectively clipping each ticket both ways, making $30 off every $100 of tickets sold.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Kilburn, roads still closed due to that Elliott truck and Stobie Pole crash. Grand Junction Road near Prospect Road. Roads are slowly reopening, but still got big delays. Avoid that whole area if you can. Marlene to B-double fuel leak. James Cogden Drive near Sir Donald Brabber Drive. At a four-car collision at Elizabeth Vale. Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Cameras Military Road Grange and Glen Huntley Street at Woodville South. Keep your pool sparkling with a robotic pool cleaner from Clark Rubber, Australia's #1 pool destination. Find yours in store or at clarkrubber.com.au. Clark Rubber, home of the Aussie summer. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm and a shower tomorrow, 24 the top. Saturday, sunny and 28. Sunday, a shower 2 and 25. Monday, showers and 18. Right now, it's 21 degrees on 5AA. Let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, police reveal their next move in the search for any trace of 4-year-old Gus Lamont, who vanished in the remote mid-north a month ago. New hope in SA's algal bloom crisis. Public hospital nurses walk off the job as the pay dispute with the government escalates. And safety advice ahead of this year's Halloween trick-or-treating. 9 News. Your news. 9:36 on 9 and on 9 Now.
It's 2025 and we've never been more connected. So why do so many of us find it hard to actually check in with loved ones? This Mental Health Awareness Month, your local health insurer, Health Partners, has teamed up with Breakthrough Foundation to create Choose Your Check-In, a free online guide to help you start conversations that matter and keep them going. Visit healthpartners.com.au/chooseyourcheckin. Brought to you by Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here. Tonight on 7 News, the search for Gus resumes, the new focus for police. The tragic death of a young cricketer, the moment a driver rolls his car and emerges with a cover, and a Halloween warning for Adelaide trick-or-treaters.
Getting Westpac's lowest online variable rate on your home loan means you can breathe a little easier, you can sleep a little deeper, and you can focus on being a little more zen. For a home loan that gives you a little less to think about, apply online at westpac.com.au today. To get it done, it takes a little Westpac. Eligibility, exclusions, conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply. Variable rate offer available for online digital applications only.
If you've ever wondered what the extra stands for in Physio Extra, that's easy.
Extra everything. Extra time with every appointment.
Extra care with a genuine hands-on approach to healing.
Extra expertise. Extra treatment options.
Extra appointments with same-day treatments available. Extra convenient because we have 6 Physio Extra locations around Adelaide. That's right, 6.
It's the extra in Physio Extra that makes all the difference. Visit physioextra.com for your nearest location or call for a same-day appointment.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. 8 minutes after 5 on a Thursday night. Ned McHenry sitting in for Tim Ginniver tonight on the Sports Show. Still to come on the program, we'll speak to Mark Bosnich from Stan Sport. Week 10 of the Premier League to go through with him. A little bit later this hour, we'll cross to Mumbai as well. Women's Cricket World Cup semi-final tonight. Australia and India. That'll be be a blockbuster, and will Alyssa Healy play? We'll keep our undefeated run going if we can get to the final with a win tonight. Double passes to the 36ers home game against the Hawks on Sunday to give away, and your calls as well with our next guest, sort of in the theme of what we're talking about tonight. Who's the youngster you picked out from an early age to become a star, and did they become one?
Well, yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? It's not an exact science, that's for sure. Joining us is SANFL talent manager and under-18 championship coach. His name is Tony Bamford. Bangers, welcome and well done on the win.
Hey, g'day, Rowey. How you going, mate? Thanks for that. G'day, Ned.
How are you, Tony? So good to have you on. It's an exciting time, isn't it, really?
It is, mate. Yeah, there's a bit going on at the moment. Some of our boys are getting ready to do Year 12 exams next week, and obviously they've got the draft in the back of their mind as well, so it's an exciting time for their development. So we're all pretty keen to see where it all ends up.
Absolutely. It was exams, life, being a youngster, and then, weeks come and all of a sudden you're either living on the other side of the country and joining an AFL club. How do you kind of guide, children through this? Because that's what they are. They're children, right? I've been there myself.
Look, it's a good question, and we talk about this every year when we review our programs. Are we giving our players a really holistic overview of their development? We push hard on having Plan B. Obviously, Plan A for everyone is to get drafted, right? But we all know that that's not going to happen for all of our lads who come through our program. So we do push hard for Plan B, whether that's a career at uni or TAFE or getting an apprenticeship or just going into the general workforce. We do a lot of work on that to make sure that the boys aren't just focused on footy, and that's a bit hard to do these days with the amount of publicity they get in the AFL. But we do push that Plan B pretty hard. But one thing we do say to our players, if you don't go into the AFL, it's not the end of the world, because there's plenty of evidence these days of guys going back to the SANFL, getting to work on building their game, and then getting a chance to go into the mature age player. So there's plenty of opportunities if they really work hard.
Well, everyone matures differently and in time, that is for sure. Let's go through some of the top 25 names. I'll start with a lad that I've seen play a bit of SANFL already. He's Dyson Sharp.
Sharpie, yeah, he was our captain, and he was he won every medal possible this year, I think. MVP for us, MVP for the AFL Nationals. He's a star. He's waiting to get into the AFL. He'll fit into that system really, really well. He's from Barossa District, so up north, and Central District Footy Club. And look, to be honest, Central Districts have been wonderful for Dyson. Scotty Stevens and Paul Thomas out there have really wrapped their arms around Dyson. He's had 4 years in the talent pathway, which is very, very rare for a player to do 2 years of under 16s and then 2 years of under 18. So we feel like we know him pretty well, and he's part of the furniture. So it'd be sad to see him go, but he's a star, mate. He does everything that you want from a football player. Plus, he's got elite leadership skills. The pleasing thing for Dyson, he's been able to improve his game every year. He started out as purely just as a ball winner, but now he's a ball winner who can win inside and outside. He goes forward and kicks goals, and he brings really good defence as well. So he's a ripper.
Heard Crows are looking at him as a midfield option. Does he lack speed? Does he have speed? What's an area or a work on is probably the way I should do it. He's not just one, not one dimensional is not the right word. He's not a plotter. He can work on his speed. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah. So that's a good question, and it's something that we've worked really hard on. And Tom De Benedictus, our S&C coach, has focused on highly, strongly with Dyson, is improving his acceleration, which he's been able to do. He's not a natural runner. He grinds his way through games, but he has been able to get quicker over 5, which is important for a midfielder. So he's got his GPS suggests that he's got AFL running capacity. It just doesn't look like a beautiful runner, but don't worry, he gets across the ground from contest to contest good enough.
Yeah, well said. Another kid I like, Sam Cumming. He's a PAC boy. I've obviously got an alliance there too. He's 186, but I reckon he looks or plays potentially a little bit bigger than that, Tony, I think, and he's clearly good on both sides too. And as young players and other players seem to be snapping a lot, or agility becomes really relevant, I reckon he's a really strong player on both sides from what I've seen.
Yeah, this guy's a star. I've got a real soft spot for this fellow. I just love the way he goes about everything he does. He's what we call an unconditional player. So no matter whether it's a craft training session, a full contact training session, a gym session, or a running session, he attacks it at 100%. He's a bit of a silent assassin type. He doesn't say a lot. He does let his actions speak for him more than his words, but he was one of our vice captains, and our players loved playing alongside him and for him. He plays a little bit like Rory Sloane and Joel Selwood in terms of their toughness. But when you see him go forward, he looks like a little bit like Isaac Heaney. He can jump and mark it.
Agree.
And also hit it at ground level. So we're lucky to have him. He's actually from Wentworth, but we got him over here in the PAC in year 10, and we're lucky we got him.
Yeah. I'm hearing the Crows are trying to negotiate down, and you can do that before the draft, or certainly on the draft, to get to this exact kid, so I can see how much you like him, because they do too. Little Latrell Pickett hit the scene with Glenelg. There's something about him I really like, Tony. I know he's tiny, but that doesn't matter. The game caters for everyone.
He's got some X factor, that's for
Doesn't
sure.
he?
We saw what he was capable of in the reserves grand final. And, it's a really good story, this one, and it's something that we'll share with our players for years to come. Because when he was 17 and 18, he wasn't really ready for the talent pathway. He was playing footy back home on the Eyre Peninsula, and he probably wasn't ready for the high performance level required to be in state programs or sample clubs. But he found his way, and luckily for Glenelg, they gave him a chance, and he came over this year and blew the lights out. He played against us in the under-20s in one of our trial games, and that was the first time I'd seen him since I watched him play as a 17-year-old, and I couldn't believe it was the same bloke. So he's really grown up a lot. He's mature. He's much more reliable now. I've got no doubt that seeing Cozzy Pickett go well at AFL level and seeing Isaiah Dudley get his chance at Freo, I reckon that sort of kicked him up the butt a bit, Latrell, and he sort of thought, okay, I better get serious and have a crack. And yeah, there's certainly some interest in him, that's for sure.
How good.
Yeah, too true. Tony, one I like as well, Sturt boy Blake Threadgold. These bigger types, he's obviously a key back. He could maybe potentially play both positions, in time. But I like these talls that take a little bit of time. He seems like he's really built his season up and kind of bolted towards draft calculations now, hasn't he, as a bigger type?
Yeah, he broke his hand early in the year and he missed the start of our nationals. But luckily for us and for him, he rehabbed really well and trained hard and came back and played in our last game over at Etihad. And he did really well for a guy coming in at that level, playing only off one sample game after being out for 10 weeks. So we're quite amazed at the level he performed at. Yeah, he's probably the best key defender that's come out of SA since I've been in this job, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's ready to go. He's got a huge leap. He likes to attack and mark the ball. It looks a bit like Harris Andrews when he takes his marks behind the ball. And he's a ripping kid. He's got great balance on footy and life. He doesn't, I guess, get too caught up, and when things aren't going well as a player, he's able to shake it off and stay positive. I quite enjoyed coaching him.
Well done.
Yeah, there's certainly some interest in him as a key back.
Tony Bamford, I call him Bangers, Sample, talented manager, under-18 state coach as well. We all know Matthias Filippo. He's got a younger brother, Jevon. How's he go?
Yeah, Jev, similar to Blake, they both got injured at the same time of the year. Jev broke his arm, and unfortunately for Jev, his rehab time frame didn't suit our nationals, so we didn't get a chance to play him at national level. He certainly was in our best team if he was fit. So it's a bit of a shame, but to Jev's credit, he rehabbed really hard trying to push his case that last game, but he just didn't get up ready for that one.
Tested well in the vertical, though, Tony, I saw. He's got a good vertical leap at that testing.
Yeah, he's an athlete and a footballer, Ned. He's been training in athletics since he was a young kid. So he's athletically very, very strong. He's got an unbelievable work rate in training. And he's quite similar to his older brother, to be honest. They're both very, very good mids, but can also play forward and mark the ball. Not quite as tall as Matthias, but he's not far off it. So wouldn't it be great if he got a chance to go to St Kilda and play with his brother?
Yeah, talking about players rehabilitating injuries, Harley Barker, if he didn't do his ACL, where could he have gone, do you think, in terms of draft order?
Oh, well, it was certainly being spoken about as a first rounder at the start of the year when we were talking to clubs. look, his knee injury, in my opinion, shouldn't detract an AFL club from drafting this guy early. He's got runs on the board, not just this year, but in his under 16 year and last year as a 17-year-old in our program as a bottom age player. So there's plenty of evidence that he can play and run hard and fast. The knee injury just came at the wrong time after the Nationals, and he was obviously certainly disappointed and upset with what had happened, and was very much looking forward to playing finals with his mates at Sturt, the under-18s. In the end, I had a chat to Harley and said, mate, as shitty as this is, it could be a blessing in disguise for you. Yep. You'll still get drafted, hopefully, and you'll go in, you'll get the best rehab you can get for a knee reconstruction. You'll have access to doctors and physios and strength trainers and rehab people, and you'll get a year to learn the new system without having any pressure to play. So it could work out in his favour in the long run, but it's a shame that he missed the Sturt finals, that's for sure.
Well, famous name, this one. He's the captain of our one-day team. His nickname's the Bison. Mitch Marsh. Now, he's a good-sized rooster, isn't he?
190-ish,
yeah.
He'd be probably pushing up 192 by now, I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
He plays as a key forward, but not the traditional stand and compete key forward. He moves and plays a bit like Jack Gunston and Jeremy Cameron do. Like, they like to get on the lead and on the move. Mitch is an elite runner. When we did our testing at 2K, he won and blew the midfielders away for a 2K. And he's always used his running as his weapon in games. One thing that we had to work hard with Mitch this year was making him or helping him understand that the game's not always going to put the ball to his advantage. He's going to need to learn to stand and compete against a defender trying to outbody him at times. And look, to Mitch's credit, he worked really hard in the off-season on that. And we saw some changes in his game early in Westies, and luckily for us and for Mitch, he was able to showcase his ability to take contested and uncontested marks as a forward in the Nationals and kick really well. He's got a beautiful left foot. He's a pretty good golfer too, by the way. He's a much better golfer than he is cricketer. But he's a ripping kid. He's from the Kangaroora up in the hills in West Adelaide. He was the only lad we had from West Adelaide this year, but he was really, really important for us.
Yeah, just one more from me, Tony. Cam Nan, he kicked 6 or 7 or something, I think, for SA, and then he kind of played up the ground a little bit more. Is that fair towards the back end of the year? Was that just a way to kind of show a few different strings to his bow? I like him too as a Centrals kid.
Yeah, geez, Ned, you've done your homework, mate. Well done. That's very, very good. He this time last year, he was a nobody, really. Like, he'd played some games at Centrals as a bottom major and done okay. Played in our Futures program and kicked some goals, and he's come from nowhere compared to some of those other boys we've spoken about, who the AFL clubs have been watching for a couple of years. Cam played as a small, medium forward who could mark it and win the ball at ground level. And up late in the year, he moved up to play on the wing out at Central. So, credit to Kyle Jenner and his coaching crew out there at Central to give Cameron a different look at the game up higher. We think he could play high back, wing, or in his traditional general forward role. So there's plenty of flexibility in what Cameron can bring to a team, and another good country kid who likes to train hard and play hard. So, he's got a good future too.
Well done. You look at the fandom drafts, and some of them are quite accurate. You don't know till the draft day, and there's always bolters and sliders. You touted to have 4 or 5 in the top 25. How many would be a great pass mark for the Sample Development team, Tony, numbers-wise? What do you always strive for?
Our KPIs are based on the percentage of the draft pool, Rowey, not a number, because the number changes every year. One year there's 80 picked, next year there might be 55 picked. So we've moved away from having a number. We try and get 15% of the draft pool from SA.
Yep.
And we've been batting above that average for a few years now, which has been really good. Look, this year I'd be disappointed if we didn't get up to somewhere around 20 to 25% of the draft pool.
Brilliant.
From SA. That I'm hearing from speaking to AFL recruiters and AFL clubs that it's not going to be a huge take in the national draft. The numbers that I've heard are somewhere between 50 and 60.
Okay.
Which means it's going to be hard for for all of our players to get a chance, obviously. But I'm confident that 14 of them got invited to the national testing. So if we can get all 14 onto a AFL list, that'd be awesome.
Well, it's a terrific pathway for our kids. You do it so well down there, the sample. They pump a lot of money in it and all that sort of stuff. While we have got you, the facility down at Footy Park, is that all done and dusted? When do you move into that?
Yeah, we're really excited. We had a walkthrough about 5 or 6 weeks ago. It's still under construction. It's not quite finished. We've been told sort of late November.
That's what I thought.
We'll get some access and some keys. So yeah, everyone's pretty excited about that, particularly the players. After having moved around, I think we used 9 different venues in our program this year. So it'll be good to have a base, and the SNFL have done an amazing job with that. It's going to be the best facility that a talent pathway's got in Australia.
Wow.
So we're very, very lucky.
Fantastic.
Well done. I've heard you've put in for a leather Chesterfield office chair with a mahogany desk, Tony, and you deserve it, mate.
Well, the problem is most of these days you don't spend too much time sitting around. You're always down in the gym or in the craft floor out in the oval. So.
That's it. Hey, all the best. What a great year for our state, and our talent pathway as good as any in the nation. And I think once we get that facility, it might be the envy of the nation.
Yeah,
Tony, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Tony.
Donny, lads, good chat. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. God, he's done a great job.
Yeah. I remember being a Victorian and always having real envy for South Australian footballers, particularly in the national championships. They're a really strong, complete team, strong leadership, always good country kids. It's a complete program, no doubt.
Yeah, it is. And look, the difference is there's a lot of money and a lot of resource from the AFL goes into the under-18 national program. And there's no surprise there's more kids that get drafted from there. I think they range between 63 and 68%. Now, that's a massive number.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to get the most funding because that's where the majority of the kids come. But to get 15% of the pathway and up to about 20% this year, we bet above our weight.
Fantastic,
It's just superb.
It's incredible.
Shows the program works.
And thank you to all those who got involved in the unique homestyle food text line during that interview with Bangers, just to sort of ask, can we hear about this play? Can we hear about that play?
Yeah.
The investment we have in our state talent, it is incredible. It's a shame we can't go through every player that might
15
go.
there, yeah.
It's amazing how good they're going at the moment.
We'll get more. We'll try and get through. I listed a number of names there, and I do apologise. There were a couple. Aidan Schubert I didn't get on of. Harley Barker, Matt Leray.
There's only so many players we can get.
That's what I mean.
Noel Roberts-Thompson tested really well. I want to go through those numbers, but we ran out of time as well.
It is 26 after 5. We'll keep your calls coming. Bozza coming up shortly as well, but first your roads.
Afternoon, she's a full dog's breakfast of the drive home with Savo on the roads. Kilburn Road still closed to that earlier truck and Stobie Pole crash. Grand Junction Road near Prospect Road. They're slowly opening the roads, but she's super chockers through there. 2 breakdowns on the north-south motorway, one in Dry Creek near the Northern Expressway, and also Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road, and mile into B-double fuel leak to look out for. James Cogner Drive, New South Wales Rapid Drive. Camera, Grange Road season. Check out Foodland's Lake Week specials. Peculiarly picked mangoes, 4-pack, $8.50 each, and asparagus bunches, 95 cents each. Ends tomorrow at Foodland. Great food lives here. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA is inviting you into the studio every afternoon. Head to the 5AA live stream.
Live life your way with personalised disability support and aged care services. Visit completecare.com.au today.
I'll see you at the W, yeah.
The 2025 NAB AFLW season is on, and this is your front row seat to the action. Head to your local W Oval, get close to the game like never before, and even meet the winning team after the siren. Looking for an affordable day out? AFLW has got you sorted. Tickets are just $15 and under 18s go free. So what are you waiting for? Visit women's.afl and get your tickets today. See you at the W.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre, the wearable sensor that monitors glucose levels straight to your phone. Trial it now for only $15 at freestylelibre.com.au. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use.
Well, looking for the best trade tools in Adelaide? Are you? Do you? Well, Toolkit Depot brings all the top trade brands together under the one roof. We're talking Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt, Bosch, Kinchrome, Ego, Sigweld, Unimeg, Paslode, Fluke, and plenty more. They've got 5 stores across SA, so whatever you're working, where's the Toolkit Depot nearby? Well, I tell you where it is. Just drop in. chat with the team. They're a great team, the expert team, and they'll make sure you walk out with the exact gear you need at the best price. They'll even walk it out your ute and put it in there.
Absolutely. You know our tradies, they're busy, aren't they? They're busy. It's not smokos and cups of tea or any of that rubbish, right?
None of them are on the phone.
So the beauty is, if you're flat out on site and you can't get away, there's no dramas, there's no worries, because Toolkit Depot can come to you with a tailored solution that fits your business. And here's the absolute cracker. With their price beat promise, you're guaranteed the lowest prices on your favourite tool brands. Absolutely no question about it. So check out toolkitdepot.com.au and get it sorted today. T's and C's apply.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you've been thinking it might be time to replace that tired old laptop or finally get the kids one of their own, Harvey Norman's tech run-out clearance is well worth a look. There's the Acer Aspire Lite 15 with a 15.6-inch Full HD screen, reliable Intel Celeron processor with a 128-gig SSD, and right now it's on sale for just $348. You'll save $120. If you want something a bit smarter, the Acer Aspire GoSpin 14 is a 2-in-1 computer. It switches between laptop, tablet or tent mode for sharing photos or watching together. This powerful Windows 11 computer with touchscreen is now only $748 from Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Need money at the click of your fingertips? Make banking easier with People's Choice, awarded Mozo Customer-Owned Bank of the Year. 24-hour service via phone or app when you need it. Digital wallet and no monthly administration fees on our everyday account. Add People's Choice to your wallet today. Apply online at peopleschoice.com.au. T's and C's, fees, charges and eligibility criteria apply. Consider if this product is appropriate for you. People's Choice Credit Union is referred to as People's Choice.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Ned McHenry sitting in for Timmy G on this Thursday night. It is 5:30. Very soon for Stan Sport, Mark Bosnich will join us. Premier League action firing up for Week 10 very soon. And an update from the WACA ground, South Australia. We are batting much better in the second innings than we were in the first. We're 1 for 153, so we lead WA by 61. Look at the two blokes at the crease. Henry Hunt, 68 not out off 158 balls. Nathan McSweeney, 63 not out off 111 balls. So they're batting nicely.
How good is this? Oh, I didn't know this. I should have, when we interviewed Bangers. Mitch Marsh is the son of Ben Marsh, 1997 Crows Premiership Ruckman.
Yeah, okay.
Or was he 98, Ben? He was 98.
Was it? Is Blake Threadgold Chris's son?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Lots of good lineage. Yeah.
Ask Bozza to cut his nasal hair. Brenton.
Brenton.
Brenton,
We've got Boz coming up, haven't we?
We do.
Boz
He's coming up next.
Boz.
All right.
Yeah, just a little bit of admin too. If anyone's walking through the city and they've got their little headphones in or AirPods listening to the show, firstly, thank you. Secondly, there's a Land Cruiser sitting there at Vic Square that I had to park there now. So I'd be expired now. So any minute after 5:30, I'm done. So I've left the keys just on the left tyre. If you could just reposition it and pay for another ticket, that'd be fantastic.
How good. So what colour is this Land Cruiser?
It's a white Land Cruiser. It's got the keys on the front left tyre. If you could go and just reposition so I don't get a ticket. I couldn't fit down in the car park because I've got the roof rack on the Land Cruiser. That'd be great. So just a call out to our loyal audience.
And shout out to those parking inspectors also listening to the show. There's now a race to your car.
If they get me, those cheeky buggers, I tell you what.
And all those thieves out there, there's plenty of you. You won't need to break a window to get in. Just grab the key and drive off.
Yeah, you'll have to be able to drive manual.
What have you done? Let's get to the headlines.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Tamara Francis with the 5:30 News headlines. Travellers are urged to arrive early with huge delays expected at Adelaide Airport tonight. Donald Trump says his meeting with his Chinese counterpart was a success. Police will return to Oak Park Station tomorrow, more than a month after Gus Lamont's disappearance. And in sport, a trio of Crows and 6 Port players have been named in AFL Players Association 22 under-22 44-player squad. Now checking 5AA traffic.
G'day there. Still got really big delays at Kilburn due to that earlier truck and Stobie pole crash. Green Junction Road at Prospect Road. Detours in place. They're slowly opening the roads, but it's stupidly slow, so avoid it if you you can. 2 breakdowns on the North-South Motorway, one in Dry Creek near the Northern Expressway, and also Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road, and mile end to B-double fuel jams Colton Drive near South Donald Rapid Drive. Camera tonight, Glen Huntley Street at Woodville South. Cartex makes the engine cleaning power of Techron available in every grade of fuel, not just premium. Fill up at Cartex and give your engine the Techron cleaning treatment today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm and a shower tomorrow, 24 the top. Right now it's 21 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The new Bureau website. Come on, Bureau.
Yeah. David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
You don't get paid $4.1 million by the taxpayers to forget about places in South Australia.
How can Meadows and Kangarilla not be on it anymore?
Well,
My Ponga. Like, these are big places.
5AA Breakfast.
Because it's so
emblematic.
It's the opposite of data rich.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Everything about it's been stripped back.
See, the problem is, that's money that's just gone. How much money do we waste?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
GWM's class-leading High 4T technology is here. Test drive the Tank 500 or Canon Alpha plug-in hybrids this weekend and unlock low-rate finance or additional drive-away discounts. Reserve your test drive with your GWM dealer today.
Generic brand cleaning services. Press 1 if you'd like to stay on hold for another 30 minutes. Or if you'd like to scream into the handset, press 2.
At Servicing SA, Cleaning and Facility Solutions, you speak to real South Aussies about cleaning your retail, commercial or community property. The interstaters might promise the world, but will they show up when the bins overflow on Friday? Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Go to servicingsa.com.au.
I'm Professor Mike Steer, marine scientist. 3 extraordinary environmental events have led to this algal bloom. First, the River Murray flood washed large amounts of nutrients into the ocean. Second, deep nutrient-rich waters were pushed up to our coastline. And third, a marine heat wave lifted ocean temperatures. This bloom will eventually pass. Until then, we're monitoring it closely. To stay informed, visit algalbloom.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Need help navigating the changes to support at home? ECH has been caring for ageing South Australians for over 60 years. Just ask ECH.
Your old hot water system can drive as much as 40% of your energy bill. Fortunately, you can upgrade to something that's 70% cheaper to run thanks to Right Price. They're the leaders in heat pumps and installation. Now's the time to upgrade and save money on a more efficient hot water system and take advantage of government incentives and free installation. Reduce your energy costs today with a heat pump from Right Price. Make the switch with Right Price Hot Water.
At Right Price, heating and cooling, you can get the price right at Right Price.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 23 minutes to 6. Very soon we'll cross live to Mumbai as the Aussie women set for their semi-final against India in the Cricket World Cup. And we'll speak to Mark Bosnich from Stan Sport as well. Premier League action this weekend. We'll go through everything we need to go through. And just a quick correction as well. We said before the break, with all the young kids coming through here in South Australia, we said that Blake Threadgold was Chris's son. That's incorrect. We had Bangers text us and correct us. Darryl is his old man, so wasn't quite accurate, but that's okay. It's lots of very talented Threadgolds.
Definitely. Chris Threadgold's still involved at Sample Footy, isn't he? I reckon he's the head of footy at Sturt Football Club.
Yeah. Correct.
Where Blake's playing. So
GM of footy. Well done. Got a text coming through here on the Unique Homestyle Food text line. What drug did that barometer Reece Matheson get done for? Was it caffeine? Oh, God.
No.
Well,
What did he? What happened, Sonny?
So you might remember Reece Matheson. He played for Brisbane, and one particular game he went half decent. He called himself the barometer of the footy team. I don't think he was well liked.
Well,
he's gone and shot the gizzards up on
steroids.
Hang on.
Well, on steroids.
Is it steroids? Is it
Steroids.
Confirmed?
He's been banned in November for 3 years for using steroids. He's taken full responsibility of it. He said, look, when I finished playing footy, I thought I'd just pump whatever I wanted into it. He wants to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He is massive.
Huge. Yeah, he's got massive pipes. I mean, there's no hiding that. I mean, the T-shirt's busting. But, he's done steroids and got massive arms and now he's been banned.
And he's out for 3 years. I don't know any sport where you've got to look into a mirror. I struggle with that.
Yeah.
So bodybuilding, you got to do everything in front of the mirror and you look at yourself and you wax yourself down and you shave yourself down and put it all on yourself and you just love yourself. That is no surprise that this barometer has turned out to be
I think you're being a bit unfair on the barometer. I think he said that after a game, didn't he? And it was a bit tongue-in-cheek and whatever, it happened. But, okay. You'd be good. If you shave you down and got the right lighting, you've got the bulk. It's now time for you to hit that cutting stage, I think.
Tell you, I'm at 88 O'Connell, their new gym there with Jody.
Going well?
I do myself a little bit of, what's the Pilates I do, the reformer?
Oh,
you lay down and you do all these.
Is it reinforced?
God, I can't walk.
Gee whiz.
You are a reformer.
So I had you spike me on Tuesday and then I got reformed.
You got reformed. Reformed on the reformer.
My inner thighs,
You laying on a reformer, oh my goodness gracious.
You know what's the hardest thing? Getting up and getting down.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're like a beached whale.
Hello, Lauren.
Hello. Look, Stephen, please. I've just listened for so many years. I'm just so over this. You know how passionate I am about my club, Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
And honestly, to just keep throwing out that sort of thing about, I used to go to Amy. I used to go there and it said, the Adelaide Crows, team for all South Australians. It had a giant crow on it. How do you think people felt? There were so many people that just did not want to go to Amy. So you're saying that Port Adelaide were broke? I'll give you another sort of transition from that. 1982. What happened when South Australian president at that time went over and spoke to the VFL and said they want to put a composite team in the VFL. So there's so much water under the bridge. Timmy's not there. He's not there to back his club. I'm just saying to you, Rowey, please move on, get over it, and stop always saying about Port Adelaide we're broke. We were, as I was a little girl when I was 7 years old in 1963, I saw a very strong, very competitive team. Crows got in first. Can you imagine how much success they got because they were building a club well before Port Adelaide were finally allowed. Now, wait until we hear about what Brian Cunningham had to say about it because he's the only guy I will trust in all this, besides Ross Oakley from the VFL president.
Yeah, no, Lauren, thank you. And please always defend your club and you'll always have an ear here to do so. And Tim would have defended it and defended the facts that I gave. You were broke. That was a fact. But what I couldn't get over is Port Adelaide's success on Footy Park was unrivalled. God, they made it their own. How many flags did they wear there? They had some of their best history on that oval, but their fans couldn't wait to get out of there because the Crows had a team for all South Australians on the back of their facility. I mean, whoopee-doo.
It didn't know. No, I can understand.
Own Footy Park.
I really enjoyed Lauren's call. That was a great call.
No, it was. She's a passionate girl.
I know. But you can understand clearly the perspective of that. You would not want to go to home games where it's the opposite.
It was their ground. Footy Park was as much Port's as anyone's.
But it wasn't branded that way, which is significant.
Well, it was on their home games.
Yeah, but
what they should have done was instead of putting tarpaulins over the seats, they should have put a tarpaulin over that sign on the Crows facility.
Well, the Crows training facility was literally attached to the ground.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
There was a lot that had attached to the Crows, didn't it? So you can understand the Port perspective.
Anyway, the rest is history. They moved to Adelaide Oval. They've now got a magnificent balance sheet. They're a terrifically ran club. Their Alberton precinct is the envy of my club till we get our home.
Great space.
They've got a home. They've got a history. They've got a culture. I'm envious of that.
Let's get to our next guest. Thank you, Lauren, for the call. Keep the calls coming. Match week 10 of the Premier League kicks off Sunday morning, 1:20am. That's Adelaide time, live and exclusive with 4K on football's new home, Stan Sport.
Bozza, welcome.
Good evening there. Good evening, Rowey. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good,
and all the better to hear from you because we love talking the world game. Now, Liverpool on a 4-game slide, they stink.
Well, they do at the moment. And you talk about 4 games, but the bottom line is, in all competitions, forget just the Premier League, after losing this morning to Crystal Palace in the round of 16 of the League Cup, they have lost 6 games out of the last 7. The only one they haven't lost is against Eintracht Frankfurt a week and a half ago in the Champions League. For a big club, usually 3 losses on the trot is a disaster. This is a crisis. They've got 3 games coming up now before the international break. This weekend they play Aston Villa at home, which would be a very difficult game. Then they play Real Madrid in the Champions League, also on Stan Sport in the week, and then Manchester City away. And I tell you now, if they happen to lose those 3 games, during international break is a very dangerous time for any manager that's under pressure. Arne Slot will come under severe pressure. Couple of things to bear in mind. Obviously, he made those massive high-profile signings in the summer, 5 of them. Now, when you're a team, and I'm a player still at heart, so I know how players think. When you're a team that's won the title by 10 points with 4 games to spare, and all of a sudden you turn up for pre-season and there are 5 new players, you start to wonder to yourself, what's going on here? Luckily, we didn't finish second. Now, the other thing as well to take into consideration, which hasn't been spoken a lot because it's a tragic situation, but I've seen sporting teams sort of fall under for a while after tragedies like this. The tragedy of Diogo Jota and his brother passing away, that could have had more of an effect than we thought so at the time. Because the bottom line is they haven't played well all season. Even the first 7 games when they won every game in every competition, they were rather fortuitous in quite a few of them. But they've got some serious thinking because last season, remember, as well, they pretty much kept everything the same that happened under Jurgen Klopp. This season, the new signings, plus the fact that Arne Slot wants to imprint his footprint on the side, it's starting to rapidly turn into a disaster.
It is. And then on the flip side, Man United, I mean, they're going the other way. They're winning.
They are. Isn't it great? I can't remember the last time we spoke together, guys. We said Man United are flying. It's like a dream. No, fabulous 3 wins on the trot. Ironically involves who we just talked about, Liverpool, beating Liverpool at Anfield right before the international break, I think was absolutely crucial for them. Sorry, on the week after the international break. And it's given something, we always talk about tactics and how somebody plays and will so-and-so play here and all that, but there are some other qualities which a lot of people overlook: determination, will, and especially confidence. Yeah. Winning at Anfield, at the home of the champions, does wonders for your confidence. We've seen that last season with Nottingham Forest when they won at Anfield, had such a fantastic season. Same thing this time around, and a great win on the weekend against Brighton, 4-2 at home, although it was a little bit shaky towards the end, but overall they were the better side. They played Nottingham Forest away this week, and let's hope for all in, especially for Manchester United supporters like us, that they go on and win again. But I'm really happy for Ruben Amorim, and he showed that he's not too proud to adapt. He's made a few little tweaks, nothing major, in these last 2 or 3 weeks, and it shone through. And also a special word for their new goalkeeper, Danny Leemans, who was signed from Belgium. He hasn't played in the losing side yet.
Yeah. Well, dare to dream, Boz. Can they catch Arsenal? And if they can't, who can?
Oh, well, at the moment, it doesn't look like anybody can. They won again this morning as well. Arsenal, they're into the quarterfinals of the League Cup. They have got the best squad. Arguable whether or not they've got a better first 11 than a lot of other teams, but they have got the best squad, there's no doubt. We know about the last 3 seasons and how things went a bit pear-shaped for them, and they come runners-up the last 3 seasons. That's a psychological hurdle that they will have to overcome. And there's a long, long way to go. Like at the start of the interview, you mentioned it's only match day 10. There are so many games to go in all competitions. Things can derail very easily, but so far, so good for Arsenal.
No, well done. We haven't spoken since our mate Ange got clipped after 39 days. Just a few words on that about Nottingham Forest, their owner, the big Greek fella that doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm hearing rumours he wants to clip the next manager.
Well, put it this way, number one, we must say he's a very successful man in his own right. Okay, so ship owner, various businesses. In terms of Nottingham Forest, he basically since he came from 2017 to own the club, he dragged them out of the lower divisions into the Premier League, and they had the best season in 30 years last season. But just to say, Ange was his 8th manager in 8 years. Sean Dyche now is his 9th. And the other club he owns is Olympiacos in Greece, who have been fabulously successful. There's no doubt about that. He's owned them for 15 years, and he's had 16 managers. So he has had form, but still, to sack somebody 20 or 30 minutes after the game, I think is whether he got form or not. Each to their own. I suspect. Like I always say, and I know who pays the piper calls the tune, but I think that's going a little bit too far.
You'd have to have thick skin, Boz. Interviewing.
Ange can have no complaints, to be fair. He didn't win a game in 8 games, but I think in hindsight, it's always easy for us to talk about hindsight, but I think it was the wrong place at the wrong time for him to go to.
I agree.
Let's hope that he takes up the reins at Celtic, because Brendan Rodgers, their manager, resigned two mornings ago, our time, and he's hot favourite to take over there. So I think that would be a really good place for him to go, have some success, rebuild, and then look for a way back into the Premier League, but with a club that's much more suited, and especially a team that's much more suited to his style of football.
Yeah, look, I hope he does. We had someone yesterday text in that. And Tottenham, are you surprised that they're way up the top, third? They've only lost the 2 games?
Maybe so high so soon. I mean, they had an exceptional squad. There's no doubt about that. The problem being last season was that they had also an exceptional injury list. We saw them go and win the Europa League. That, again, coming back to the confidence thing that we talked about Liverpool, that would have given them a tremendous amount of confidence. They have got the best away record thus far in the Premier League. And, before last season's debacle of finishing 17th, they've always been there and thereabouts. Ange's first season, they were 5th. The previous season, I think they were 8th. But even before that, they're always there and there about the top 4. So they have got the quality and the pedigree, and they have added to the team since then. So they've got a very tough period coming up, and we'll find out more about them because, they've got Chelsea at home, and then they've got the Champions League, which they should account for Copenhagen from Denmark. But then they've got Manchester United, and then after the international break, when they come back, they've got the North London derby, followed by Paris in the Champions League. We'll find a lot more out about Tottenham and their aspirations for both competitions after those games.
Brilliant, Boz. Always great to speak to you, Stan Sport footy expert. Just while we got you, I always look after your health, Boz. Now, you're off the cigars?
Slowly but surely I am.
Come on, Boz.
I've got to say, for some reason, last Friday, I think it was, I did 3 hours of radio here in Sydney on SEN.
Yep.
And then I'd done some interviews and then on Wide World of Sport and this, that and the other. And I had a takeaway tie. And then I had, just had a snooze for about half an hour. I woke up, I couldn't talk. So I think it was something that was in the tie. But people like yourself and my mum and dad think the cigars have got to go completely.
Yeah. Well done, Boz. You're a star.
You're a legend, Boz.
Take care, gentlemen.
Great work, Stan Sport expert Mark Bosnich. Cannot believe Arsenal are on the top.
Yeah, well, they've got
Hate
form.
that club.
They've been good, haven't they? It's just now putting everything together and taking it all home.
How's this Bournemouth second?
Yeah.
That's a story.
Yeah. It's a little bit out of nowhere, and Tottenham have raced all the way up to third.
I know. Well, that means that he didn't do a good job, doesn't it?
Yeah, interesting times. Match week 10, Premier League kicks off Sunday morning, 1:20 in the morning, live and exclusive with 4K, football's new home, Stan Sport, and catch Bozza and the team, Craig Foster and co. on the weekend. It's 8 to 6.
Roads are awful tonight, so avoid Kilburn if you can. That's due to that earlier truck and Stobie pole crash, Grand Junction Road at Prospect Road. Roads are slowly reopening, but delays are just foul, so avoid that. 2 breakdowns on the North-South Motorway ain't making that any better. 1 in Dry Creek near the Northern Expressway, and also Waterloo Corner near Port Wakefield Road. Diesel spill at Mile End, James Compton Drive near Sir Donald Rabbit Drive, super slippery through there, and really busy with a 4-car collision at Elizabeth Vale, Main North Road near Hogarth Road. Camera Grange Road, Finton. Low prices on spring favourites at Dan Murphy's. Get Grey Goose Original Vodka 1 litre, $89 for My Dan's members. Ends Tuesday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you've been thinking it might be time to replace that tired old laptop or finally get the kids one of their own, Harvey Norman's tech run-out clearance is well worth a look. There's the Acer Aspire Lite 15 with a 15.6-inch Full HD screen, reliable Intel Celeron processor with a 128GB SSD, and right now it's on sale for just $348. You'll save $120. If you want something a bit smarter, the Acer Aspire GoSpin 14 is a 2-in-1 computer. It switches between laptop, tablet or tent mode for sharing photos or watching together. This powerful Windows 11 computer with touchscreen is now only $748 from Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
KFC's new $4.95 Sweet Tokyo fill-up. Hot and crispy, drizzled with sweet teriyaki, sprinkled with sesame seeds, plus all your other faves. Kinda sweet, kinda not. Like being told, your face is so unique. Rude. KFC FLG. Not everywhere and not forever. Pick up only until 4 p.m.
Hi, Daniel Talia here, General Manager of Home. That's HAUME. Put simply, we buy homes. If you've received a letter from us in your mailbox, don't throw it away. You may be throwing away a golden opportunity to sell your home at market value. With zero effort, advertising fees or commissions, you'll save thousands of dollars. If you've received a letter from us, it means we're serious about buying your home. For more info, visit home.com.au. That's HAUME.com.au.
We've all had that dream. The one where your teeth fall out. Nobody really knows what it means. But we do know a trip to the dentist doesn't have to feel like a nightmare. At Burnside Dental Practice, we offer sleep dentistry. You'll experience comfortable care and a calming environment designed to ease dental anxiety. Whatever the procedure, say goodbye to fear and worry. You deserve great teeth. Book your next appointment with Burnside Dental Practice in Hazelwood Park. Visit burnsidedental.com.au.
Looking for the perfect venue to host your next event? Empire Bar and Pool. The spacious and stylish location is the ideal spot for your next function. Whether it's a birthday or friendly competition, Empire is where events come alive. empirepool.com.au.
Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. Too many Volkswagens, not enough space. Yep, they're overstocked, and that's very good news for you because every demo is priced to clear, like right now. Their solution? A huge demo clearance with hot prices. But that's not all. They're offering immediate delivery and finance so easy, you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. But don't wait. These demo Volkswagens won't sit around for long. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Great to have you with us. It's 4 minutes to 6, all thanks to Barnacle Bills, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years. We have the teams for the AFLW Round 12, Crows and Port Adelaide. Crows and Port both need a win to keep their finals chances alive. And a surprise selection, 3-time premiership star for the Crows, Chelsea Randall, headlines Adelaide's extended squad for their game on Sunday.
Good.
Fantastic, yeah.
That is great. A month out with that head knock under concussion protocol, she's back. That is good.
Big result too for Adelaide, who need some reinforcement, don't they, and some leadership.
Just so hope she does never get another knock.
Yeah.
Because that will have to be curtains.
Well done to Port Adelaide too. How many did they have in the under-22 squad? It was 4 or 5, wasn't it? Six in the squad. Wow. Yeah, they're going to be good for a long time.
So we've got to beat Fremantle Sunday and we're in the 8.
Yep.
Simple. Just beat Freo.
Yep. Good news for Port Adelaide as well. Julia Teakle comes back in for their game against the Giants. She's missed a whole season with an injury, so she gets one in at the end of the year. So well done to her. But we'll keep taking your calls tonight. 8223 0000 is the number.
Special shout out Dan Hatcher. Was meant to come on after 6. 3-time premiership star, 4-time All-Australian, 3-time BNF. Her 100th game.
Special achievement. Well done.
Brilliant. She's a ripper. Let's go to the Clare Valley. Hello, Rikolai Katoggio.
Katoggio. God, I know who he was. God, we're getting old, aren't we? That must have been 30 years ago. Rowey, look, it's just great having you back. I thought, footy season's over. It's going to be boring, but you can't buy enthusiasm. And I'm even going to push it a bit further and say, and your intelligence, all right?
What are you laughing at, McHenry?
That's quite funny.
I want to talk about Amanda Vanstone, but first, remember with Westlakes, it was the closest oval to Alberton. All Port had to do is go from Alberton to Westlakes. It's Port headquarters, West Lakes, and it was too far for Amanda to go across Adelaide. She ended up being the ambassador to Italy, where there was a shortage of pizzas when she got there, but she could travel that far, but she couldn't travel across Adelaide. But it was an advantage to Port to be at West Lakes. Now, the Labor cabinet, they were all Port supporters, including the great Mick Young, who was a federal politician. There's wonderful photos of him just being in the crowd at Alberton Oval watching Port, and that was wonderful. But
their front bench is loaded with Port people.
I know that. I know that, mate, you know. And here's Amanda saying, no, we're not political. She's the most political person who did in the Liberal Party.
Yeah.
But her and Ian McLaughlin, the reason we left West Lakes, Ian McLaughlin was Mr. Cricket. And cricket at Adelaide Oval was $90 million in debt and no way of getting out of it. He was going to bring Victorian games like Hawthorn and North onto Adelaide Oval, and we couldn't stop that. So the realisation of other Victorian games coming to Adelaide, that forced us to get out of West Lakes, and Port were in a tremendous debt to us, a millstone around our neck. And then the Crows were taken over by the AFL, but this was all caused by Liberals. So you want to be political? I just was. Thank you.
Well done, Rick. We love your opinions. 6 o'clock. Just back to Ian McLaughlin, who was the chair of the SACA. The deal he got for cricket, for the move from football back to cricket to Adelaide Oval, was unbloody believable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Debt-free.
I think Gil McLaughlin equally has that outcome in terms of a broadcast deal at the AFL is going to be unrivaled. I don't think there's ever going to be anything like that.
That's as good as you'll ever get. Yeah. It's incredible. 6 o'clock news is coming up. We'll keep taking your calls. You want to get on a soapbox like Rick? We enjoy your calls and opinions. 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm and a shower tomorrow, 24. With the 6 o'clock news, good evening, I'm Tamara Francis.
At Agostino Mitsubishi, get $2,500 cash bonus on Outlander, Pajero Sport and new Triton. T's and C's apply.
Latest data shows the harmful algal bloom may finally be disappearing from Adelaide's metro coastline. The West Lakes Inlet has gone from 12 million cell counts down to 1,500. Bloom cell counts at Henley Beach Jetty have sat at 7.3 million 3 weeks ago and are down to just 50. Premier Peter Malinauskas says there's been a dramatic drop in the bloom across the testing sites.
They are very significant reductions that you would expect to see consistent with any potential collapse in the Krenny-Moitoi presence, and it has varied dramatically. There's a degree of consistency with a significant reduction that we've seen at these critical sites.
Police will return to Oak Park Station tomorrow, more than a month after Gus Lamont's disappearance. The renewed search is set to rule out the possibility the 4-year-old may have drowned. They'll drain a large dam 600 metres from the homestead where Gus was seen on September 27. The body of water has already been scoured by divers, but draining will allow for a visual search to be completed given there is underwater vegetation. Meantime, data and imagery of the property taken using drones has so far not identified any object of significance. Thousands of people were left queuing at Adelaide Airport tonight with a security screening issue sparking major delays. Travellers are being told to arrive early and expect delays. At one point, no screening machines were reported up and running. Hayden Nelson says people with closely departing flights were being taken to different parts of the airport.
Being sort of very slowly at a snail's pace move through, but there's people whose flights are leaving immediately, so what they're doing, pulling them out, trying to take them to another part of the airport, it appears, get to screen them to make sure they can make those flights.
A trade breakthrough between the US and China could be close, with Donald Trump set to visit Beijing in April next year. Michael Packey has more.
President Trump is on his way back to the US after holding face-to-face talks with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. It's the first time the pair have met in 6 years. Speaking on board Air Force One, President Trump believes progress has been made to ease ongoing trade tensions.
I thought it was an amazing
meeting. Speaking through a translator, President Xi says it's important both countries get along.
And it feels very warm seeing you again because it's been many years.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese believes it's in everyone's interest the US and China settle their differences.
A prosecutor says 2 men in custody accused of stealing precious jewels from the Louvre have partially admitted to charges. They're expected to be charged with theft and criminal conspiracy, which carries a 15-year jail sentence. An Australian man has pleaded guilty to stealing defence trade secrets from his US employer for a Russian broker. Brady Evans has the details.
The 39-year-old has appeared before a court in Washington pleading guilty to 2 counts of theft of trade secrets. Peter Williams worked for an American defence contractor, allegedly stealing around $2 million worth of material between 2022 and 2025. The secrets related to national security software and at least 8 sensitive and protected cyber exploit documents. The FBI says Mr. Williams betrayed the United States and its allies by intending to sell the secrets to a Russian buyer.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Australian captain Alyssa Healy is doing everything she can to be available for the semi-final against India tonight at the Women's World Cup. Queensland opener Georgia Voll filled the void for the final pool match and says she's happy to contribute.
You know, I'll be probably running the water, but I think, you know, just to even get an experience to play over here in a couple of games has been great.
The teams will be announced at the toss, with the match tipping off at 8 o'clock tonight. Not long ago, South Australia lead WA by 75 runs with 9 wickets remaining on day 3 of the Sheffield Shield match in Perth at the WACA. To AFLW, Chelsea Randall is back after suffering a concussion for the Crows' clash against Fremantle on Sunday at Norwood Oval. For Port's clash against the Giants in Sydney on Sunday, co-vice captain Julia Tiku is back. Chloe Gaunt has been omitted. The Crows and Port Adelaide have set a league-high nominations for the 22 under-22 squad of 44 players. Port posting 6 players and the Crows 3. Not so good news in the AFL, however, with a Brisbane Lions midfielder Reece Masterson has taken responsibility for the positive test that cost him a 3-year suspension from football, saying he dived into gym supplements after his AFL career ended. Richmond's Dion Prestia and Melbourne's Stephen May have both denied they were involved in a brawl in Sorrento last year that led to police charges. And Australia's top-ranked tennis players Alex de Minaur and Maya Joint have committed to playing in January's United Cup. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Still seeing really big delays at Kilburn due to their truck and Stobie pole crash. Grange Junction Road at Prospect Road. Roads are reopening, but they're still super slow, so just avoid it tonight. Urbray crash getting clean up. Glen Osmond Road near Portrush Road and a diesel spill at Mile End. James Cogden Drive near Sir Donald Brabham Drive. Camera, Seaview Road, Grange. New healthy fried chicken tenders from Grilled. Cooked in extra virgin olive oil for a delicious double crunch with deluxe dip from $11.90. Get seriously saucy. Only at Grilled. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Chance of showers tonight, a possible early thunderstorm and a shower tomorrow, top of 24. Saturday, sunny and 28. Sunday, a shower to 25. Monday, showers and 18. Right now, it's 21 degrees on 5AA. Let's see what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
Thank you. I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. Police will tomorrow begin a new search for Gus Lamont, the little boy who vanished in the state's mid-north a month ago. Nurses have marched on state parliament amid a pay fight. Plus, authorities have urged families to stay safe ahead of Halloween trick-or-treating. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. You can start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Hi, it's Hazel from Physio Extra. If you're in pain today because you had a big weekend on the footy field, on the court or in the garden, give us a call today for a same-day appointment. For example, if you rolled your ankle, try and stay off it as much as possible, compress it and add a little bit of ice. When you come in for your appointment, we might ask you questions like if you heard any sounds, if you've hurt the area before, or if you've done anything similar on the opposite side.
It's the extra in Physio Extra that makes all the difference. Visit physioextra.com for your nearest location or call for a same-day appointment.
Are the potatoes done?
30 seconds.
What about the desserts?
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Roger. How are you? Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers.
Amanda, hello. Smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelssa.org.au for details.
Don't you just hate it when your joint pain slows you down? For the relief of pain and other symptoms associated with mild arthritis and inflammation, try Arbor Vitae. Like Glenn.
Prior to using Arbor Vitae Joint Health, the pain level in both knees, both hips, my lower back, upper chest and fingers was in the high 8s and 9s out of 10. Now, by taking approximately 30 ml of Arbor Vitae Joint Health each morning, my level of pain would be no higher than 2 out of 10. What a difference. My life has completely changed for the better.
Wow, that's wonderful.
I'm not one who normally recommends natural health supplements. However, Arbor Vitae Joint Health is a wonder that's given me, at 78 years old, a completely new lease of life.
Just like Glenn, Arbor Vitae could have a positive effect on your life too. Arbor Vitae is available now at all major chemists and health food stores. Arbor Vitae, it's wellness backed by science. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
We love to see you, CMI. CMI Toyota is SA's #1 selling Toyota dealer and the best place to get your car serviced, offering while you wait express service and the convenience of a one-stop tyre shop. You can trust our team of expert technicians to take care of all your vehicle needs. Book online or visit your local CMI Toyota service centre today. We'd love to see you. We love to see you, CMI. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It is 10 minutes after 6 here on Thursday night. Ned McHenry sitting in for Timmy G. He'll be back tomorrow. You can get the air guitars out. It's a bit of that time of night. It is on the Peter Page Hyundai live stream. You can watch the show in the studio. If you want the full experience, jump on our 5AA Facebook and YouTube. That's where you'll find us.
Yep, and we are Red Bulled. How is this? WA Trail SA by 89 runs. We've got 9 wickets in hand. Henry Hunt not out 80. And Nathan McSweeney, 79, eh? I reckon if we get 200 in front and Doggett goes ballistic, swings it like Sayers, gets an 8 for, we win our first Shield game for the year.
There we go.
Bit of wishful thinking.
Hey, can you feel it?
I'm not allowed to play that.
I know you're not allowed to play it.
Do not ever say those words again in this studio.
How old's Henry Hunt?
He'd be about 20 odd.
He's babyface, isn't he?
Oh, he is a bit babyface.
He's a star, but he looks 15 out there or 16 years old, and he's a gun. He's babyface. Is that?
Oh, that's a fair term for it, babyface.
He is. He's a gun.
Yeah, what's that in your right top mouth?
What do you mean?
You're all swollen.
It's his teeth.
What are your teeth?
Yeah, right, whatever. Let's do this. I cannot wait. I am going from here to the Archer Hotel, and at the Archer Hotel, they will have Fox, which is KO, and I'll be watching this game, Australia v India, second semi-final of the 50 over World Cup. Our next guest is actually live in Mumbai. Her name is Laura Jolly. We love her at cricket.com.au. Laura, welcome.
Hi, how's it going?
Well, we'll be better when we win tonight and get into that World Cup final. But here is the $1 million question, and I know you know this is coming. Elisa Healy in or out?
Australia still haven't confirmed, but they've just rolled up at the stadium, and I've got a pretty good feeling we're going to see her out there today.
Yeah, I think it was tracking that way, wasn't it? Look, it's a calf, and they're either right or they're not. So will she keep as well as open?
She certainly made it seem like she wanted to the other night at training. She had a really good session with the gloves, but I guess that's a good thing about the Australian team is she can make a really late call on that because they've got Beth Mooney in the 11 as well. So it's not actually going to change selection whether she risks it with the gloves or not.
Okay, you've just rocked up at the stadium. What are the conditions like? Who do they favour? Apparently it's going to be chock-a-block full of the locals. This will be a mighty effort to get over them here, won't it?
It will be. This ground gets phenomenal crowds. It fits about 50,000. I've got to say it's about the loudest crowds I've ever seen over here in India, and it's all going to be one-way traffic today for the hosts, so that's going to be challenging for Australia. There's also a bit of rain around too, which can make things a bit tough.
Yeah, one of my favourites, and I think she played professional tennis back in the days of Lana King. Is she the best spin bowler in the world?
I think she is right now. She's definitely the best leggy. She had a lot of string against the South Africans a couple of days ago, and she's been really important through those middle overs. So hopefully she'll be able to keep doing that today.
Yeah, what makes us so strong as a squad? Like, what is it? It's the depth, obviously. We've got high end talent, but what's Rowey asked the question before? What's got us singing so nicely together?
I think it is just the depth. There's just been a different player that's stood up every game. Annabelle Sutherland's been really important with the ball as well, and there's been 5 different centuries scored this tournament by 3 different players. So it seems like every time Australia get in a bit of a pickle, there's someone who's able to stand up and get it done.
Win the toss, bat or bowl?
I think this is a bowl first venue. It does tend to favour the chasing teams. It can get a bit of dew too at night.
Yeah. And I reckon we're a very, very good chasing team.
Yes, definitely. Australia are a great chasing team. So I think if they win the toss today, there's always a bit of that finals, get runs on the board, build a bit of pressure. But I do think this venue's a chasing one.
Okay. And Alyssa Healy, if she's in, who do we think might drop out? One of the openers?
Yeah, I think Georgia Voll would have to make way. She's the one who came in for Healy a couple of games ago. So she'd be the unfortunate one without.
Okay. Gee, I was surprised South Africa beat England the other night.
Yeah, that was quite the turn-up, especially when you consider at the start of the tournament, South Africa got rolled for 69 at the same ground by England.
Yeah.
A phenomenal result.
Yeah. What I love about these girls, they stay in the moment. See, I'm a sporting person that would have gone, well, okay, we smoked South Africa for 97. Alana King got a 7 for whoever wins this game will smoke them. I tend to get the horse before the cart, but these girls can't, Laura, can they?
No, you've got to stay in the moment today. You don't want to start, counting your chickens before they hatch. So really important to stay in the moment today and hope to get it done because this is not going to be an easy game.
Okay, Laura, I'll be devil's advocate then. Say we do go on and beat India tonight and we go and play South Africa. If you're in the boardroom or the meeting room, how are you previewing them? What does that matchup look like?
I think Australia's got a really good record against South Africa and definitely look to that. South Africa, they're a bit of a chaotic team. They either get rolled for under 100 or they make 340. So you don't really know which South Africa is going to turn up on the day, which makes them a pretty exciting opponent.
It's a bit like Stephen Rowe as a radio presenter, really.
He's a 0 or a 10.
You know what I mean? It's just, you have absolutely no idea what happened. It could be an absolute beauty or we could be cancelled.
Laura, do not get drawn in to Ned McHenry's childish antics
Sorry,
there.
Laura. Sorry.
Now, listen, what are the threats with India? Who is there? Virat Kohli.
The opener, Smriti Mandana, is definitely going to be the key for Australia. Yeah. She's scored 2 centuries and 2 50s against Australia since we've been over here in India, averaging 95, striking at about 130.
Yep.
We just don't seem to have an answer for her at the top of the order at the moment. So working that out is going to be critical. And then they've kind of got threats through the order. They've got the captain, Harmanpreet Kaur, who always stands up in finals. Richa Ghosh comes in at 7 and is one of the most aggressive hitters in the world. So plenty to look out for in that lineup.
Well, if Megan Schutt doesn't get her, Alana King will. Laura, have a safe one over there. Get them up, one job, and thanks for your cross.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Laura Jolly there, cricket.com.au. It is the second semi. It is Australia v India. We can go back to back. They are an unbelievable team, as connected as any. And Laura said it. If Alyssa Healy misses out, well, Mooney gets runs. If she doesn't, someone just pops up.
Yeah.
Or then Perry will get a 3 for, or Alana King will get a 7 for. They're bowlers. There's about 8 of them that can bowl.
It's depth, isn't it?
Their options about moving the list around and who can open it. They are just an incredibly gifted team.
Yeah, nice, well-rounded team, aren't they? So many options, and that's hard to face, isn't it? It's hard to prepare for and be strategic against.
11 match winners, essentially. You never know who's going to win the game for you. So that's 8 o'clock tonight, first ball in Mumbai. You can watch it on Prime if you want to get on the streaming service. You might already have it. It's okay. Prime is where to go.
Oh, no, but Archer Hotel might not have Prime.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
What's going on with the Archer Hotel? Do you own that or something?
It's my pub next to where I am.
Well, hello. First time I did radio, someone said cash for comments. I mean, are the Archer paying or what? You've mentioned them about 5 times.
Well, I should go to a Barrow Hotel or an Albion Hotel.
Or the Kent Town?
Or the Kent Town Hotel. Oh, that is a great
I like
pub.
the Kent Town.
I like the top deck.
Up at the Kent Town?
Well, yeah, I like every deck.
Yeah.
Leith on the text line's just chiming in saying, Rowey, still go to the Archer for a few beers. I nudged a few in the side of the pub a little while ago. He loved it there. So there you go. An endorsement for the pub down the road. And Maria's picked you up. I didn't want to, but he has. He says, don't you mean the cart before the horse?
What did I say?
You said I tend to get the horse before the cart. That tends to be what happens with a horse and
could
cart.
be kind of walking and nudging it with its nose or something, just pushing it forward in a different kind of way. You might be onto something.
Well, it's not my fault that my parents gave me dyslexia or that your parents gave you ADDD.
I beg your pardon,
That's
Dr.
bullying.
Ray. It's true, but don't diagnose me, please.
18 after 6. We're going to take your calls next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Join us every Friday from 3 p.m. when renowned Adelaide chef Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen joins Leith Forrest for Foodie Friday. Thanks to Smeg, seamlessly pairing performance with design. Taste the difference with Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor. They have the perfect partner for every dish.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Hey, are the onions done?
Not long now.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels.
How's the soup coming along?
Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers, like our cooks who make the delicious three-course meals for our customers.
Amanda, hello.
If you love cooking, we could do with you.
Smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelsa.org.au for details.
Thinking about dental implants but feeling a little nervous? That's totally understandable. Which is why at Burnside Dental Practice, comfort always comes first. We offer gentle sleep dentistry, so you'll always feel calm and supported. Our implants are matched to your smile and made for your comfort, so you can confidently eat, speak and smile with ease. For complete peace of mind, book your implant consultation at Burnside Dental Practice in Hazelwood Park. Visit burnsidedental.com.au.
Generic brand cleaning services. Press 1 if you'd like to stay on hold for another 30 minutes. Or if you'd like to scream into the handset, press 2.
At Servicing SA Cleaning and Facility Solutions, you speak to real South Aussies about cleaning your retail, commercial or community property. The interstaters might promise the world, but will they show up when the bins overflow on Friday? Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Go to servicingsa.com.au.
What do the world's most successful people really think? Now you can find out. On The Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett takes you on an unfiltered journey into the stories of the people who have shaped culture, built greatness, and created lives worth learning from, uncovering the ideas, insights, and lessons that can change how you think, lead, and live. Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
Doing day-to-day things online has made our lives easier. Paying bills, shopping, banking. It all makes perfect sense to do online. But what doesn't make sense is doing your will online. It's fraught with potential problems and can leave a mess behind. From the simplest to the most complex wills and estate plans, Donlan Lawyers can answer your questions and help carry out your final wishes properly. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com, Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes after 6, Thursday night. Time for your calls. 8223 0000.
Well, some great interaction. Amanda Vanstone rang and tried to clip me, and I said, no, Amanda.
Well, she didn't try to clip. She did clip you.
She did.
But you went back nicely. It was a good, a good tussle.
1-1 draw?
Yeah, well done.
Nothing wrong with a 1-1 draw. Hello, Port Augusta, Johnny. Oh, Johnny boy.
Johnny. I love John.
Ricky Thomas Ponding, Shane Keith Warren. We're always going to be stars right from the start. Cricket-wise.
Yep.
Peter Motley, the great Peter Motley against Glenelg. The stud still talks about this to this day. Announced himself against Glasgow in 1982.
Yep,
at
good one.
Glasgow, I'm pretty sure. And he was always going to be a star if he did that terrible car crash. Greg Anderson debuted against Sturton in 1983 at the old football park and played very, very well. A young Craig Bradley in his fifth league game played in the Port Adelaide Magpies Premiership, kicked 3 goals from half-forward flank. Russ Leavitt won the Jack Odie medal for best on ground, but Craig Bradley played very well along with the young Danny Hughes, if I remember correctly.
Johnny, great memory, and you're right. A bit like it reminded me then quickly of Connor Rosey in a grand final for halfback flank for North Adelaide, their premiership team, 17-year-old, and just looked the part. Some people are just born and destined to be stars. Johnny, that's a ripper. Ricky Ponting, I reckon, debuted at 19 or something.
What a class act.
Oh, God, best batsman since Bradman.
You reckon? Yeah. Yep.
I'd still pick Ponting in front of Smith.
Yeah.
Did you see that photo I showed you of Smith Smudge in the?
You showed me that. You weren't happy with his body composition.
No. Well, what's composition? What does that mean?
It's just how it looks. You know, you weren't happy. You thought he had a little bit hanging off the chest area. You thought he had
I did. Man boobs.
That was. I wasn't going to say it.
No, you did.
Malcolm from Highbury, save us, please.
Malcolm.
Howdy, boys. Gary Ponting debuted for Tasmania as a 16-year-old.
Wow.
He's certainly up there. I admit I always giggle at anyone saying they wouldn't have gone somewhere with any place because there's a sign of another club or opposition. I've never got that as a supposed reason not to go anywhere. Couple of things, guys. Next Thursday night, we've got Barry Nichols, journalist, at Payneham. No cost to get in. John Street, Payneham, 7 for 7:30. Now, some of the books Barry's written, a book on mental health and cricket, I think showed a lot of character and courage to write of his own troubles there. His latest book is on the 72 Ashes tour, and it's got a huge tick from Ian Chappell, so that's a pretty significant achievement in itself. And one thing there, Rowey, it's really interesting that 72 was the first time that television used to be highlights in the morning, and then the last day's play at the Oval when Paul Sheehan and Rob Marsh got us home was the first day's cricket which had ever been televised back into Australia. And it's interesting that now you've got the problems of cricket not being live on TV with, this Indian stuff at the moment and all that, and you lose numbers of potential kids playing the game. And you and Timmy G spoke briefly about programming the other night. This year has been disgraceful.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
You had originally the Australian A side playing in India, and so Nathan McSweeney and Campbell Kellaway get back into Australia the day before the game, and you're having to adjust from low bounce to high bounce. You've had Travis Head still hasn't played a Shield game because of the 2020 and one-day crap, instead of it where it should be. This is a huge Ashes series, and both countries should be cooperating. Like the old days, England got here, they played a game at Lilac Hill, and then played WA and South Australia before the first test, and it was and you played your full strength sides. And now it's just nothing. And then we start the first test, and it's for Travis Head. You've got Australian players that going into the first test underdone. It's crazy.
It is. Good point. Well done, Malcolm.
Good point. Yeah, fair.
We're talking about, at the start of the show, lads that played young, that you watched them for the first time and thought they are just going to be a star.
Or vice versa, as you said the other way, yeah.
I do like this one from Maria. Shahid Afridi played under 12s for Pakistan with a beard.
Like Rashid Khan playing for the Strikers at 14.
Yeah, had a 9 o'clock shadow after he shaved at 10. Hello, Yuri.
Hello, it's Yuri, Mr. Pashatz. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Pashatz.
Listen, this is, we haven't said it yet, the greatest debut in the history of sport of all time. Flippers 159. How can we forget that one?
Doesn't he remind everyone to you?
Can I tell you a funny thing?
Occasionally, every second sentence, you're right there.
I love him. He hosted the Woodville West Torrens Footy Club Best and Fairest.
Oh, he's a classic.
and they had all the awards. And right at the end, James obviously won the BNF. Well, not obviously, he did, luckily, or whatever. And anyway, he's up there with Flipper, and they're talking about everything. And Flipper was asking James about him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a cricketer, and just see out there, David Hooks. And then James didn't even get to say thank you. Flipper took over.
Yeah.
So James just walked off the stage in tears with laughter.
Oh, God.
Just laughing his head off. And then Flipper says, that's it for the night. Everybody enjoy it. I'd like you to cast your eyes to the two TVs to the left and right, and you'll see my glorious 159 on debut.
It was not on. It was
he
not.
put it on.
He did not.
He did.
That takes significant planning.
He did, and it was the funniest thing. He's the best.
He carried that around on a USB stick or something.
He's
to
a
every event.
gun MC, Flipper.
He's a gun.
Oh, he's amazing. 28 after 6.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Has the Campbelltown Council got rocks in its head?
David Penberth